Time for a sound check here. Ready for Hobbs Eagle basketball. First round of the state playoffs at Tasker Arena. The Hobbs Eagles taking on Las Cruces High. Third time this season. Eagles winning by 30-plus in both of the two games previous. One in Las Cruces and one at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament to start it off here. So definitely Eagles have the advantage on paper. This is the kind of the rubber match show. As Las Cruces gets a win tonight, they move on to the quarterfinals, something the Hobbs Eagles do not even want to fathom at this point. Of course, Hobbs got the number 2 seed at the state tournament behind Volcano Vista, pretty much what the rankings have been the last many weeks of the season. Volcano at 1, Hobbs at 2 in the Max Preps poll, and Las Cruces High at 15. Now, they've had some teams in the state championship and moving towards that seasons before last, but they've lost some players over the last few years, including the coach's son, Deuce Benjamin, who now plays for New Mexico Junior College. And, in fact, his dad was actually in town a few nights ago to watch his son for his final home game. They're in the regionals this coming week. So Deuce Benjamin was a state player of the year, the Gatorade player of the year in 5A a few years back. So he's not on the team anymore, though. They're trying to get themselves rebuilt. They have a good freshman kid we'll talk about here in the pregame show in just a minute. Of course, the Hobbs Eagles, again, with a 2-0 record against Las Cruces High. Winner goes to the quarterfinals. That'll be on Wednesday at a 1:15 ball game, and a very tough opponent, too. It'll either be Cleveland or a Trisco Heritage. Of course, Cleveland, a team the Eagles have split with this season, 1-1 here at the Holiday Tournament, lost on the road in Cleveland, or at Rio Rancho against Cleveland. And a Trisco Heritage, a team the Eagles have not played yet, but they just got back a star player about a week ago. He played one game last week and tore up the opponent, and this kid's dominant. Got him at the right time for the playoffs. So I'm predicting, even though a Trisco is a 10 seed, they're playing Cleveland tonight at Rio Rancho in Cleveland. But the fact of the matter is, I think a Trisco is going to be one of the teams to beat, even though with a 10 seed. So could be wrong. Cleveland's a tough squad as well. That great guard that they've got that lit the Eagles up for 42 a couple weeks back in Rio Rancho. But, again, that's all water under the bridge. Right now, it's a game tonight. Hobbs and Las Cruces. We got the pregame show coming up in just a few minutes. Live on the radio tonight, 100.5 The Eagle. Also on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. We'll come back with the pregame show in just a few minutes.
Okay, stream audio is good.
Yeah, how about video?
Video looks clear.
Are you able to see is the banner up yet?
The banner is up. It's not covered too big.
Okay. Just let me know if there's anything that we need to adjust.
There's like a slight glare at the bottom left, but I think that might just be the cord. I don't think that's your camera.
Okay. Yeah, I see some. I also got that scoreboard that where the score table is. There's that lit up sign that keeps flashing. I think I see a glare off the floor that might be causing that too.
Yeah.
And some of those the big backboards, billboards on the back walls too are very bright, and I think it has a glare coming off of that too. So I don't know. Okay.
Are you wanting to go at 45?
Yeah. What are we at? Where is that at now?
That'll give you about a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that. I'll take some more breaks, I guess.
Well, I think it's just wherever you want to go.
Let's go. Are you on a song or what?
No, it's Eagles. You start.
Okay. Yeah, give me about 2 minutes. Let me get my roster set, and I'll be ready.
Okay, so about 46.
Yeah, that'll work. Says it looks pretty good right now. Welcome live to Task Arena. Time for Hobbs Eagle Playoff Hoops. Live on the radio tonight, 100.5 The Eagle, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, on the sports page, and, of course, the Cool 95 Facebook page. Ty Friend here with you tonight. Allison Friend on camera. Jessica Friend on scoreboard. And, of course, Tiffany Stuber at the station as your Hobbs Eagles get ready for first-round playoff action, tournament style, taking on Las Cruces High. The third time these two teams have played on the season. Eagles winning both of the previous two, 30 or more in terms of scoring differential. So, on paper, looks like a route for the Eagles, but this is the playoffs. Loser out, so it doesn't matter what your history is. You got to get yourself on the court and take care of business, especially the home court here at Task Arena. Fans definitely want to send their team off with a victory and moving on into the playoffs. Of course, the Eagles been battling some tough district opponents this season, the Roswell High Coyotes. They ended up playing them 4 times and ended up getting the win in the district tournament championship, scoring Abraham Pena 21 points to lead the Eagles. 11 for Braddock Beatty and 7 rebounds for him. Great game for him, 2 for 2 on the line and a tray. Parker Henderson, 10 points and 8 rebounds. So those 3 in double figures. Eagles trouncing Roswell in that game, 70-50. So definitely a feather in the cap of Coach Ross, winning both the regular season with that pre-playoff game the previous Monday and then the championship game for the tournament on Saturday. Eagles getting 5 trays in that contest. They out-rebounded Roswell High by 9, 39-30. Definitely taking care of it in terms of the glass in that one. Eagles started to get a few more turnovers than they wanted in the second half, finished up with 13, but caused a total of 18 for Roswell. So definitely a positive plus in that category for the Eagles in terms of the turnovers. Free throw situation for Hobbs, they were 12 of 17 for 70%. Roswell only shooting 53%, 7 of 13. They actually had 3 players in double figures for them as well. Rylan Saraceno 15, Sambrano 14, and Cloud 11. But Eagles pretty much kept in charge of this game. We're up by 9 in the first quarter, 17-8, led by 9 at halftime as well. They got 14 points in the third quarter, 15 for Roswell, but still held on to an 8-point lead, and then outscored Roswell 16-14 in the fourth for the win. So that was kind of a consistent lead margin for Hobbs throughout that game, and getting that victory by 20. So the Eagles get their record again to 24-4 on the season and pick up that number 2 seed. Now that gets them separated from Volcano Vista, who's also in action tonight. They're the number 1 seed at the top part of the bracket. So Hobbs won't have to worry about them until the championship game up in Albuquerque at the Pit. Winner of this game has a tough opponent. It'll either be number 7 Cleveland or number 10 Atrisco Heritage. The Cleveland squad, Eagles have played twice, beat them here at Tasker by a couple of points for the holiday tournament, but lost on the road by single digits up there. So definitely it's going to be a tough matchup if they have to play Cleveland next week. That will be at the Pit, though. And then also Atrisco Heritage, a team that has a couple of starters been out for quite a few weeks. They got a major one back last week. He scored some big numbers, and they trounced their opponent. So Atrisco Heritage, although the number 10 seed against Cleveland number 7, I would think they might be a spoiler and possibly a Cinderella team as the state tournament progresses. But we'll wait and see what happens with that game next week. But first, the Eagles got to take on this Las Cruces High squad. Of course, Las Cruces High, not their best records over the years, but 16-12 above 500. They did go 8-2 in district and were second to Oregon Mountain. Of course, Oregon Mountain, a squad that got all the way to the championship game of the state tournament last year. Kind of dropped off a little bit this year with a brand new coach, but still in the hunt in terms of the state championship. So, again, not an easy district to go through with Oregon Mountain to deal with, but of course, this Las Cruces team has a solid history of being in the playoffs. Coach William Benjamin had his son on the team a few years ago. Deuce Benjamin, he was the Gatorade Player of the Year for New Mexico. He's playing with New Mexico Junior College now, a team that will be in the regionals this coming week in Texas, but don't have him on the squad this year. He does have a real solid freshman. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. But the Hobbs Eagles, in terms of playing Las Cruces this season, they beat them the first time, 74-35, so that was a 39-point win in Mercy Roll fashion, and then went on the road in Las Cruces and beat them by 30, 59-29. Notice the very low scoring for Las Cruces in both of those games, 35 and 29, exactly what the Eagles would like to see, and try to move the ball off the court against them. Eagles averaged 66.5 points in those 2 games, only 32 for Las Cruces High. They got to get their points up on the road in this game tonight. Eagles managed 12 three-pointers in those two games, 6 in each. Las Cruces only 5. That's about one of the only matchups this season where Hobbs actually has outshot their opponents from outside, at least the make. So that's kind of a different, unique situation there. Maybe that'll be a good one to help us out with another win tonight here at Tasker. Other stats comparing the two, Hobbs shot better on the free throw line as well. They were 8 of 13 in the two games combined for 61%. Las Cruces had some issues from the charity stripe, just 11 of 25 for 44%. So big difference there. So Hobbs is winning in the point production, they're winning in the three-point shots and free throws. Turnovers, definite difference there. Only 15 total turnovers in two games, 5 in game 1, 10 in game 2 for Hobbs, but 36 for Las Cruces. They had 22 in game 1 here at Tasker, 14 at their home site in Las Cruces. So Eagles winning in that category. And yes, last but not least, the rebounds, another big advantage. Hobbs up 82 to 51 in that category, 31 difference there as they pretty much manhandled Las Cruces both times on the glass. One reason for that is they do have their leading scorer and a player in the paint. That kid is definitely going to be one, a force to be reckoned with in the future as well. His name is Jaden, and he definitely could go to the hoop. He's a guy that's going to post up against you as well, and he's going to definitely be a guy to be watching. Jaden Brisby, he's got a brother on the team too. It's kind of getting fumbled up there on the first name. Joseph Brisby is the sophomore point guard. The brother, Jaden Brisby, is the shooting forward and post-up man as well, just a freshman. So two youngsters on the squad. Brisby is not very tall. Jaden, 6'2". His brother is 5'10", but he plays like a big man in the paint and can move around a little bit. He's not going to be silent. He's not going to be stationary on the court. He's going to go to the basketball and then post up, spin in the lane. Hobbs, not the best team in terms of staying away from fouls in the paint defensively, so they better be careful about him. I'm sure they've been watching some video on him, Coach Ross, to make sure that they have guys loaded up and ready before he gets off the floor and tries to draw fouls. That Brisby kid definitely is going to be their scoring threat. He is averaging 10.5 points a game against the Eagles and 8.5 rebounds, so getting close to a double-double this season. He managed 11 points in game 1 at Tasker, 10 points in his home court. So not really dominating big-time fashion, but he is going to be the threat Hobbs is going to have to look out for. The offense goes through him. Hobbs Eagles in the series so far, they've got a couple of guys averaging double figures. Abraham Pena, 15 and a half against Las Cruces, 17 in game 1, 14 in game 2. He's also had a 6 rebound average, and that's something we've been seeing from Abraham the last couple of games. He is going to the glass, get about 5, 6, 7 rebounds a contest against the district opponents into the district tournament as well. Definitely like to see that stat continue for the Eagles. He's also dumped in 5 trays against the Las Cruces defense. Also averaging in double figures against Las Cruces, Mr. Henderson, our big man Parker, 11 points and 13 rebounds average against Las Cruces. He had 11 in both games and had a total of 26 boards in those contests. So definitely want to see him step up and get another double-double in this game. Last but not least, averaging double figures, Jairus Turbiatis, 10 points and 9 rebounds a game against Las Cruces, 9 in game 1, 11 in game 2, and again, 18 total rebounds to get to his 9 average. And by the way, second leading three-point shooter against Las Cruces so far. Yes, 3 trays he has converted against the Dogs defense. And hey, that big man can shoot from the outside. Give him an outside shot, he is going to drain it for you. So definitely some good guys to step up. We mentioned for Las Cruces, the Brisby kid, Jaden Brisby, 10.5 points a game, 8.5 rebounds a contest. He is the only guy averaging in double figures so far against the Eagles, and a big drop-off after him. Bird Navarez, he's averaging 7 points a game. He has 9 rebounds total, so about a 4.5 a contest, and has hit 1 tray. And in terms of other scoring, really not a lot to talk about in terms of point production. Latrell Kidd has 5 points a contest and averaging 4 rebounds a game. He has hit 3 trays for Las Cruces. Your Hobbs Eagles come in at 24-4, 5-1, finishing up district, regular champs, and the district champ of the tournament as well. Las Cruces high, 16-12, 8-2 in district, number 2 in the district behind Oregon Mountain. Hobbs overall this season averaging 69 points a game, 55 for Las Cruces, so Hobbs 14 better in that category. Hobbs only giving up 54 points a game, but Las Cruces playing some pretty good defense, giving up 51 a contest. So we're ready for a first round state tournament big-time battle here at Tasker Arena. We're going to take a 2-minute break, come back with more of the Hobbs Eagle pregame show live on the radio at 100.5 The Eagle, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, the YouTube Hobbs Sports page, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Welcome back to Hobbs Eagle playoff basketball here at Task Arena. The Hobbs Eagles taking on Las Cruces High. Third time this season. Eagles have won both of the contests, 74-35 and 59-29. This is the game 3. I guess Las Cruces might consider this a rubber match. Hobbs just needs to punch their ticket to the quarterfinals next week. That's all they care about at this point in time. For the Eagles starting lineup tonight, of course, Braddock Beatty with 4.8 points a game, averaging just over 2 rebounds a contest as well. Also has 11 three-pointers this season. Parker Henderson, he has 9.7 points a game and 7 rebounds a contest, currently second in rebounding with those 7. Abraham Payton averaging 17.1 point a game. Definitely the top scorer throughout the season, averaging 3.8 rebounds, but also he leads the team in three-point shots with 47 and 82% on the free throw stripe, best on the team as well. Jairus Turbiatis getting close to a double-double this season, averaging 10.8 points a game, 8.4 rebounds, which leads the team on the glass, and has 16 trays. He is third on the team from long distance. And last but not least, Mr. Lyric Surya, the point guard, averaging 4.3 points a game, currently second in three-point shooting with 28. Your 5 starters for the Hobbs Eagles. The Las Cruces Bulldogs are going to bring in Joseph Brisby. He's a sophomore point guard, 5'10". Dominic Luttrell, shooting guard, 5'9". Vaughn Romney, who hasn't really done much damage against the Eagles, a freshman, 6'4". A lot of youngsters on this team. He's got one of the highest, tallest bodies on the court for Las Cruces. Bert Navarez, 5'8" point guard, and Jaden Brisby, the go-to guy in the paint, does a lot of spins, likes to post up, especially on the right block, and throw that elbow and turn to the hole. Hobbs to get their hands up straight, keep the feet flat on the floor to defend him. Doesn't do a lot outside the paint, but he's going to make a major mess inside that box, so Hobbs got to be ready for him. Those are the 5 starters. Coach William Benjamin, again, Coach Ronald Ross for the Hobbs Eagles in this contest tonight. Eagles again with that 24-4 record. Las Cruces High at 16-12. Now, since the Eagles last played Las Cruces, that victory, that was the game on the road, 59-29. Las Cruces has gone 10-3. All 3 of their losses against Oregon Mountain from their district, and Oregon Mountain ended up being the district regular season champ and the tournament champion as well. We got the national anthem starting here at Tasker. We will take a 90-second break. The Hobbs Eagle fight song going here at Tasker Arena, round 1 of the state tournament playoffs as your Hobbs Eagles take on Las Cruces High. Ty Friend here with you. Allison Friend on camera, Jessica Friend on the scoreboard tonight, and back at the station we got Manuel, Evie, and Tiffany as well. Lots of games going on. Congratulations to the Jal Panthers winning their game, an upset over McCurdy earlier today by 1 point in Espanola. Very long travel trip for the Panthers. Punch their ticket to the quarterfinals next Wednesday. We'll talk a little bit about that game later on. Eunice is being defeated right now 24-12 at Legacy Academy in Albuquerque. They're on the road on that one, so we'll try to keep you updated on that game. Other contests, Lovington has a battle going on tonight against Valley. That's in Albuquerque. That's a travel game for the Wildcats. Also last night, the Hobbs Lady Eagles punched their ticket with a big win, over 100 points scored and 25 trays, broke a record for the Lady Eagles for the state of New Mexico on trays. They got the big round 1 win, so they'll be in the quarterfinals next Tuesday. Tatum Coyotes, Lady Coyotes, they made their big win at home. Eunice Lady Cardinals got a win at home as well in the first round, so those two teams will move on as well. So lots of great contests in Lee County. And let's take a look at our sponsors for these games on the radio and on the internet as well. And we got a bunch of people on board with us today. Bel Air Bowl, United Realty, Elite Real Estate, Inamar Pipeline, Thriftway and La Tienda Groceries, SunGuard Precision, Rita Center, Eunice Pump and Supply, New Mexico Junior College, Lasco Construction, DNC Electric, Hydrotech Services, The Coffee Shop, IPS, XL Energy, Lico, Outlaw Grill, Hobbs Rental, and Albertsons Market. Without those fine sponsors, you would not have free video and radio, internet, etc. live tonight for this playoff game. And probably one of the only games in the state of New Mexico where you're getting free video thanks to Nomark Broadcasting. So we're going to keep this going on for you for the next few rounds. Of course, next week we got quarterfinals, semis, and hopefully the state championship for the Hobbs boys. Girls on the same path as well. They are introducing the blue squad right now for Las Cruces, the white numbers. Again, 16 and 12 on the season against your 24 and 4 Hobbs Eagles. They'll wear the white uniforms, gold numbers, and black trim. This Las Cruces team earlier this season played Carlsbad in a non-district game, and they pretty much had their way with that squad with the victory in that contest and pretty much dominating throughout the game as they ended up winning that one 48-21. Las Cruces was up 15-6 in the first quarter, pretty much skated throughout the rest. Carlsbad only had scoring of 6, 4, 4, and 7 in the 4 quarters, so really not getting much of offense completed in that one. Rebounding-wise, Las Cruces got them 28-18. They had only 13 turnovers for Las Cruces, 20 for Carlsbad, and Cruces hit 4 trays, Carlsbad 1. For the Las Cruces squad, again, the kid that we're going to be looking at tonight, he was a top scorer. Jaden Brisby finished with 16 points and 11 rebounds against the Cavemen, a double-double. One other guy in double digits, and that was Dominic Luttrell, one of their starters tonight, 10 points and 2 trays in the game. And last but not least for the squad, Ezekiel Acosta coming off the bench for 8 points and 5 rebounds. So Las Cruces getting the win in that one, definitely due to the turnovers, the big factor, but Carlsbad just could not get anything offensively going. I mean, just didn't see much of a rhythm going on for that game. That was right before district, though. They also lost to Roswell in double-digit fashion to the Coyotes. But tonight it's the Hobbs Eagles, 2-0 record against Las Cruces High. As we mentioned earlier, Eagles have outscored them in 2 games, 133-64, a 66.5 point average for Hobbs, just 32 for Las Cruces. As they do an announcement here, let you hear that just a minute. They just announced the referee, Mr. Osuna from Santa Fe. He is repping tonight, 30 years of refereeing around the state of New Mexico. They just announced him. His wife is actually part of this repping crew tonight, so that's kind of a unique situation there as they'll both be on the court. They're getting a photo from them at the midcourt. Those of you listening on radio are going, what the heck's going on here? 3 zebras posing towards the scores table, but I can't argue much about zebras. Do a little bit of that myself, but that's all I'm going to say about that right now. I got to get my mouth in radio form, not with the whistle in it. It'll be Parker Henderson. I think he's won every jump this season, and he'll go up against a guy a lot shorter than him, Vaughn Romney, who stands at 6'4", and he's just a freshman. They got a sophomore, a couple sophomores, freshmen starting in this game for Las Cruces. Of course, 7 foot versus 6'4" here. As we're ready to go, referee's getting everybody around the circle, which you can barely see in that big Hobbs Eagle logo in the middle of the court. And here comes the throw. Yep, tip it to the front court to Jairus, but gets it stripped. Never really was controlled by Jairus, so it will be Las Cruces basketball. It'll be in the hands of the guard, Bert Navarez. Comes to the front court, unloads to the right wing to Brisby. Joseph Brisby up top to Vaughn Romney over to left wing. To Luttrell, goes alley-oop backdoor to the right side. Sky high trying to bring it down. Vaughn Romney behind the basket. Couldn't get a grip on it as he steps on the baseline for the first Las Cruces turnover. Not something the Bulldogs want to see happening early, as they have had 36 turnovers in 2 games, just 15 for the Eagles in the 2 Hobbs wins. Pass across the timeline. Jairus fumbles it, pulls it down, gives it Soria left wing, back deep. As the Eagles going to set up the offense back to Beatty at the timeline. Dribbles left and hands it off with the time stripe to Soria. One-hand bounce pass stolen away on the right wing. Hobbs not doing well on the offense so far. Throwing up ahead, missed layup on the left side. Rolled down by Jaden Brisby. Sends it to the left wing and backing out of the defense. Bert Navarez at the time stripe. Cross court right to Joseph Brisby. Gets a screen, dribbles top of the arc, and an offensive screen foul going to be called on the second attempt by Vaughn Romney. Missed the first block and then put his arms out against Jairus and got the foul. That'll be the second turnover for Las Cruces. And Vaughn Romney's first personal. Both teams have at least one turnover so far early in this first quarter. No score, down to 1 minute gone in the first. In the front court, Soria with the basketball. Sliding left, gives it off right side to Turbiatis. Kicks it down right corner to Beatty. Beatty gets a screen from Turbiatis, dumps it into Henderson, free throw. Back to the right wing, 3 on the way for Turbiatis, in and out, no good. Tipped around and brought down on the baseline by Vaughn Romney, his first board. Outlet to the time stripe, here comes the freshman Brisby. To the left wing, uses up his dribble. Sends it back to his brother on the near side. Brisby in front of the big band for the Eagles. Gives it to the free throw line to Romney. Dribbles the right block, fades in the lane, spins, kicks out right wing to Luttrell. Back deep to the time stripe to Brisby, got away at the travel. Hobbs fans reacted to that one, still on their feet, waiting for the first score. Spin move with the right wing, Brisby down the lane, scoop shot right side, no good. Rebound brought down by his brother, Jaden Brisby, in the middle of the paint. Throws it to the left wing, to Luttrell. Back deep to the time stripe to reset. Stop and go dribble for Navarez, and a screen, and they're going to call the foul. Pena and Turbiatis in the area on the far or near sideline. They called the reach foul against the Eagles. Pena, that's his first team foul. One foul apiece so far here in the first quarter. It'll be Las Cruces basketball. Still no score. 6:15 remaining in the first. The inbound down to the left corner to Brisby. Facing up against Henderson. Keeps it same side left with a pass to Luttrell. Back to the timeline to Joseph Brisby. Taking on. Beatty gets a screen up top from Romney. Come down the lane. Back door. Pass to the left block. Shot on the way by Brisby. Misses out the back of the rim. Rebound for Henderson. Nobody getting the points down inside for Las Cruces. Into the front court to Pena. Top of the arc. Goes back door. Trying to thread it down the lane to Henderson. It's tipped out, though, off the back of the arm there from Dominic Luttrell on the right block. Sails out of bounds. Eagles trying to thread it down low to Henderson. It'll be Hobbs basketball, and you kind of see some awkwardness out there for both teams trying to set up their offense. You got to guarantee one thing, a lot of nerves out there at this point. Loser is out for the quarterfinals next week at the Pit in Albuquerque. 5:50 left, first quarter, still no score. Hobbs Eagle fans get a little tired standing up, waiting for the first Eagles points. It'll be painted inbound right base. He has to throw a high one into Henderson left corner, gives it back to Beatty same side, screens for him, drives baseline, 15-footer on the way and good. Beatty had some big points, 11 against Roswell in the district tournament championship, and hits a big one there. And then we got a bad inbound coming out to the near right, or left sideline, out of bounds for Las Cruces, their third turnover. Eagle ball in their front court on the near right sideline. Soria to inbound, 3-1 turnover count. Hobbs is just the one. And it'll be inbound from Soria. Gets it into Turbiatis, top of the arc, spins in the lane, reverse layup left with a scoop, and scores off the glass. Turbiatis puts it through for 2. His first bucket, 4-0 Eagles. Full court pressure defense, a high inbound down the far right sideline to Navarez. Dribbles the middle of the court, unloads to Joseph Brisby left wing. In front of the Hobbs Eagles student section, picked up by Turbiatis. He's going to back him out, top of the circle off the dribble, drives the right elbow, kick out right wing, 3 for Luttrell is blocked. Rebound by Turbiatis, his first board. That block is by Beatty. Turbiatis front court, bounce it back door, right baseline, going to the hole, missing the shot, Pena, but a very late whistle. Ball was pinned on the rim, and then the whistle came. Thought they were going to just get a block on that one, but Pena will take anything he could get on that play. He was happy about it. They called the foul on Brisby. That's the guy you want to see in foul trouble, Jaden Brisby. Second team foul, and that puts Pena on the line for his first attempts of the ball game. Against this Las Cruces squad, Pena is 2 for 2 from the line this season, 100%. And for the season, at 82% as he nails his first free throw. First point of the game for Pena. In the Las Cruces matchups, Pena's had double digits in both games, 17 and 14, averaging 15.5, 5 trays and 6 rebounds a contest. Second shot good for Pena. Eagles have a 6-0 lead early. The inbound to the left corner, brought down by Brisby. Gets rejected by Turbiatis on the pass. Takes it up on the right block, fade away off the rim. Right side, no good. Rebound, same side by Bert Navarez. That's 4 Las Cruces turnovers. In the front court, big jump stop at the free throw line. Slid around, should have got a travel, didn't get it. Dribbles to the left wing, gives it up top to Jaden Brisby. Driving the right side of the lane to the rack. The freshman high off the glass, in and out, no good. Boy, the lid is on the rim tonight for Las Cruces. Long rebound for Pena in transition. Sends it down to Soria, right corner, fakes a three. Waiting for a screen from Henderson, doesn't use it. Drives the lane, fakes a pass, scoop on the right side, layup, as fouled. Ball comes over the rim, and boy, Soria gets tumbled up underneath the hoop. They'll get the foul call. They charge that to Las Cruces against Zayden Clark, his first, third team foul. Good first step there for Soria, going hard to the hole. So the sophomore, Lyric Soria, he's 2 for 2 against Las Cruces, 100%. 8 points in game one. He's had 2 trays and a total of 3 rebounds against Las Cruces. And for the season, Soria at 59% nails the free throw. Eagles are perfect, 3 for 3 so far, and are shutting out Las Cruces now 7-0 in this first round playoff game. Eagles the number 2 seed, Las Cruces at number 15. Taking a couple of dribbles here, shot up and in for Soria. 4 for 4 the Eagles, 2 for 2 for Soria, and making his first appearance in the game now, Josiah Clay. Clay on the season, averaging 4.8 points. And in this matchup against Las Cruces this season on 2 games, Clay is averaging 3.5 a contest, 5 in game 1, 2 in game 2. Inbound to the left corner to Brisby, 8-0 Eagles. Sends it up to his brother, left side again to Jaden Brisby. Up ahead to Zayden Clark to the right wing. Bounce pass back deep, top of the circle to Navarez, now at the time stripe against Clay. Sliding right, 3 on the way, right side. He flopped, no call, rebound off the right side, and pulling it down for the Eagles is Braddock Beatty. His first board, outlet near side to Pena. Comes across the timeline. Top of the circle, 1-2-2 zone now for Las Cruces. He wants to clear out to the right of the circle. Throws it into Henderson, right elbow, pivoting to the right, blocking. It's 3 defenders, tries a hook shot. We're going to say he steamrolled over one of those defenders in the middle of the pack there. Falling to the floor, Ezekiel Acosta. They call the charge. That's the first on Henderson, second team foul and second turnover. Boy, he had 3 guys lined up on him on that lane side of the right and just kind of bulldozed his way through. I think I said steamroll the first time. Inbound to the left corner to Joseph Brisby. Double team, beats the pressure. Throws it up and ahead to a breaking Zayden Clark. Backdoor pass left side, and finally a layup for Ezekiel Acosta on the left side lane. And then a timeout on the court for Coach Ross. 3:56 remaining first quarter. Hobbs 8, Las Cruces High 2. Coming back in 30 seconds of the Hobbs Eagle Network. Welcome back to first quarter action. Hobbs leading Las Cruces High 8-2, first round of the state tournament. Live on the Cool 95.7 Facebook page, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, radio, the Eagle 100.5. It is tonight only for the Eagle. We had some scheduling conflicts going on. Hobbs basketball after Las Cruces getting their first score of the game off a lefty layup. Inbound to Clay in the backcourt. He'll have a one-on-one matchup against Bird Navarez. Taking his time on the dribble, 3:50 left in the first. Hobbs by 6. Dribbling through his leg, fumbled a little bit, picks it back up in the front court on the right side of the circle. Up top to Turbiatis. A couple of dribbles and backs out. Kicks it over the left wing to McGahey, who just checked in. Fakes a 3. Pass up top to Clay, and Clay a little bit of a head fake. Got the shoulders moving around, and then the feet shuffled with it and gets a travel. Coach Ross trying to coach him from the other baseline to say, hey, you got to make sure you got the foot set first before you take off the dribble. And just kind of moved around both feet. Third turnover for Hobbs, 4 for Las Cruces here in the first quarter. Inbound back deep to Brisby in the backcourt. He'll come across the timeline against Clay out the spin move now on the front side. Gets a screen. No, he doesn't take the screen. Drives the lane instead. Throws up a shot rejected by Clay. Rebound by Payne on the far left sideline. He'll take the dribble himself. Second rebound down the lane. 1-2 and up. Tries a reverse layup on the left side. Got double teamed as he came down the left pike and is fouled. Tried to lean to the hoop. They'll get the 2-shot situation for Pena. And he's been getting some good penetration down the lane as they call the foul that time against Ezekiel Acosta, his first, 14th foul, and Pena back on the line where he's perfect, 2 for 2. Eagles 4 for 4 as a team. Shots up and good to switch. Remember, he comes in at 82% this season in those 28 games. Now, Amron Wheeler getting some time on the court now as big man Parker Henderson takes a breather. So Amron, of course, just a youngster himself coming out in the core here. He had a bucket in both games against Las Cruces and 2 rebounds total previously. Free throw good for Pena, 4 for 4 from the line. Eagles 6 of 6 as a team, up by 8 again, 10-2, their biggest lead. Long pass down the far sideline on the inbound. Here comes Jaden Brisby. Front court right wing. Kicks it back same side to Zayden Clark. Back to the timeline to Navarez. Holds it for a second. Pena comes up. Pass to the left wing. Completed to Acosta. Coming to the high post on the right elbow is Brisby. Kick it up top. 3 on the way. In and out for Navarez. Pulled down by Clay in the middle of the paint. Gets it knocked out of his hands, but continues to dribble up court. To the right elbow, to middle of the lane. Fadeaway Jay. It's Swisher time. Count it. Big time shot for Clay coming off the bench. His first bucket. Eagles have had 5 scores so far and have their biggest lead, 12-2 by 10. Long pass to Brisby. He's going to the rack. Misses the righty layup, though. Ball's tipped around and brought down to the left block by Clark. Back up top to reset to Navarez. Bounce pass on the right elbow to Acosta. Down low to Joseph Brisby. He shuffle steps before going up. He was going to go up against Wheeler and Clay that time. Got a little bit foot happy there and got the travel. The 5th turnover for Las Cruces off that right block. Eagles by 10 with 2:33 remaining here in the first game of the playoffs. And we got a sub trying to check in for Las Cruces. Refs finally see him over there on the island for just a second. Coming in the game is Prince Lopez. Taking a seat is one of the Brisbys. Make it a little bit easier on me now. Joseph Brisby takes a seat. Couple of passes. Eagles break the press. Turbiatis left side of the lane. Kick out left corner to Wheeler. Rainbow 3. The big kid hits it hard. The sophomore with the first tray of the game for the Eagles, who now have their biggest lead of 13. A steal at half court by Turbiatis. Drives the lane. Layup over the front of the rim. The bleeding has started. And guess what? Coach Benjamin needs a timeout for the tourniquet. 2:15 remaining, first quarter. Hobbs 17, Las Cruces High 2. Come back live. This is at Tasker Arena. Playoff action live. You don't want to miss it. Eagles up by 15 here in the first, 17-2. Have caused 5 turnovers so far for Las Cruces. 6 rebounds to 5, just 1 plus for Hobbs in that category, but the D's really working hard. Inbound to the near left side for Las Cruces. Lopez throws it across to the right wing. Stutter step, no call on Clark on the travel. Bounce pass to the right baseline to Brisby. Pivoting right, now going to lean to the hoop. Throws up a shot, rejected by Wheeler. He came down on top after the block, though. They're going to call the foul on the sophomore and send Brisby to the line. Brisby had a double-double against Carlsbad earlier this season in a non-district battle. 2 free throws coming up here, and that'll be the first on Wheeler on the foul. 3rd team foul here in the first quarter. So Brisby will get the 2 free throws. First one is up and good. He is just 3 of 8 against the Eagles in the 2 previous games. 1 for 5 in game 1, 2 for 3 in the second game in Las Cruces. But did manage 10.5 points, 8.5 rebounds. First point in the game for the free throw 1, and now free throw 2 good as well. Got them both, and it's 17-4. Quick roster check for the Eagles. McGahey on the court, Pena, Clay, Wheeler, and Turbiatis. They got some trap pressure, 2-on-2. It's a blocked inbound, taken away for Las Cruces by Zayden Clark. 4th Eagle turnover. He'll give it off to the far right to Navarez. Gets the screen. Spot 3 from the top of the arc, off the back of the rim, high in the air. And looks like we got a rebounding foul. The blue squad, Las Cruces, might have been pushed. No, it said they hit the cable. Thought they were going to call a rebounding foul on that. It hit the cable up top. So it'll be Hobbs basketball. Quick inbound to Pena, left corner. He wants to take on the defense of Lopez one-on-one, who's backpedaling. He has nothing to do with Abraham. Coming across the timeline with a 1:40 clock in the first. Hands it off to Clay at the top of the arc, gives it off to McGahey. Alley-oop backdoor to Pena right side, throws it short, taken away on the left baseline by Lopez. The Eagles turnover, number 5, and we got a battle for the ball, and it looks like it got knocked out of bounds. It will be Las Cruces' ball still on the baseline after the turnover. So trying for an alley-oop for McGahey to Pena on the right side. Threw a little bit short, and he couldn't get up underneath it. Inbound to the paint for Las Cruces. Backcourt is Acosta. Bad throw. Taken by Clay at the free throw line. Bounces it in the lane. He lost the ball to Las Cruces. Throw ball up ahead to Clark. Goes to the rack left side. He gets knocked out of bounds. And they're going to get a shot, two-shot opportunity, and maybe it's on the floor here. We'll have to wait and see what the official has on this one. They'll call that against the Eagles, of course. That is Amron Wheeler's second, 14 foul. Wheeler has an opportunity to be a great player for this Hobbs Eagle team, but sometimes it gets a little bit physical and ends up taking guys out. But he's a nice wide build there and definitely gives some Eagles some physicality underneath the hoop. Las Cruces basketball on the left baseline. Both teams with 4 fouls apiece. Inbounding will be Navarez. Gets it in on the left wing to Lopez. Dribbles back to the time stripe. Good D by Clay to ride it with him to the right side. He gets a strip and a late whistle. Hobbs fans definitely not going to like that call. And that'll be against Clay on his first 15 foul, which puts Las Cruces in the double-digit free throw shooting now. They're perfect 2 for 2 so far. Jaden Brisby, only guy that's been on the line. Prince Lopez will step up now for Las Cruces. Has not shot a free throw against Eagles this season. Only had 1 bucket in game 1. Nothing in game 2 in Las Cruces. First shot's up and good. His first points of the ball game. So right now, 5 points on the scoreboard. 3 of those are free throws for Las Cruces. Lyric Soria returns for Hobbs. Jairus Turbiatos will take a breather. And also on the court for the first time tonight, Javen Hernandez. Second shot up and good. Got them both, did Lopez. 2 for 2, 4 for 4 is the team now. 17-6, Hobbs by 11. Biggest lead has been 13. Coming across the timeline, Soria, stop and go. Spins, brings it back to the time stripe as he came across. Over to Clay on the left wing, back deep to Soria. Wants to set up the play on a 1-2-2 zone. Tries to head out to McGahey, right side, stolen away. Good pick by Navarez. Goes back door. Zayden Clark tries to go up high, and it looks like McGahey got a piece of that ball and swatted it out and also knocked out the Las Cruces player. It'll be Hobbs basketball after a nice block by McGahey. Eagles did get that turnover previous to that. They're 7th, so they got to be careful on that half-court offense. Inbound again to Soria. Stop and go into the front court through his legs. In front of the Hobbs Eagle logo now on the front side. Gives it up top to the right side now as a shuffle over to McGahey. Tries to spin and then a legal screen. And guess who got that one? Amron Wheeler. Just barely got back off the bench and gets another foul call there. And that'll be his 3rd already. This is only the first corner still. 3rd on a sophomore. He has to take a seat. 6th team foul. That was an offensive foul, so no shooting opportunity there. And returning for Hobbs, little size, Parker Henderson. I said a little size. No pun intended. 17-6. Eagles by 11. In the backcourt, stop and go for Navarez. Taking on Soria, gets a screen in the front court by Romney. Continues down the right side of the lane. Kick out right wing to Clark. Drives with the runner down the middle of the paint. Off the back of the iron on the shot. No good underneath. Henderson pulls it down. His second board. Outlet to Soria on the far left side with 25 seconds left. First quarter. Hobbs up by 11. He'll slow it down to get a screen there from Henderson. Doesn't take it. Underhands it to Clay on the right wing. Backs it out against a 2-3 zone now. Stop and go through his legs to the right block. Hippity hop. Picks up a triple team. And we got a body foul. He got mad at Henderson, kind of got in his way as he tried to go through 2 Las Cruces defenders. They called the block foul, though, against the Dogs. That's Prince Lopez first, 15 foul, which puts the Eagles in the double bonus. And Clay will get his first chance to score free throws. Eagles are 6 of 6 from the line. Clay against Las Cruces is right now 1 of 3 in those 2 previous games. And for the season, shooting 64%. First shot is kind of a hard, low one, and hits out the back of the rim and comes right off quickly. Misses the first. First miss of the game for the Eagles. Still leading by 11, though. Biggest lead has been 13 here in the first quarter. It's kind of slowed up a little bit here as the quarter thought it was going to be over quickly, but and the second one off the back of the rim, no good. Pulled down on the rebound by Romney, so missing both was Clay. Romney give it back to his guard. Hard dribble for Navarez in the front court. Shot against Soria on the right elbow off the back of the rim. Rebound by McGahey. He'll send ahead to Soria with 1 second. Shot from the left wing at the buzzer. Hits the bottom of the net from the outside, unfortunately. No shot to go at the end of 1. But your Hobbs Eagles still with a double-digit lead. Home at Tasker, 17-6 over Las Cruces High. First round of the state playoffs live on the Hobbs Eagle Network back in 60. Ready for second quarter action here at Tasker Arena. Your Hobbs Eagles lead 17-6 over Las Cruces. First round of the state playoffs. In that first quarter action, 3 players have scored for Las Cruces, all getting 2 points apiece. Prince Lopez 2 for 2 on the line. Brisbee Jaden 2 for 2 on the line. Ezekiel Acosta with a bucket for 2. Hobbs has already 6 scores, 4 for Turbiantes, 4 for Pena. And Eagles will start this second quarter up by 11. Turbiantes hands off to Pena left wing, drives the lane, kicks it down to Beatty right corner, takes a few dribbles, lost it, underhands it back to Pena right baseline, dumps it in the paint to Henderson, throws up a shot on the right block off the glass and scores. Henderson with his first bucket. Eagles down with 7 scores. They out-rebounded Las Cruces in the first quarter 8-6. Hobbs had a total of 7 turnovers, 6 for Las Cruces, but still that 11-point lead, now 13, matching the biggest of the first half. Driving the right baseline. Navarez gets bumped from behind. He had 2 defenders on him, Soria and Henderson, who stepped in from the lane to help out on that right base. And they'll call that from behind on Soria. That's his first. That is a shooting foul. They had 6 fouls in the first quarter, first here in the second, and shooting 2 will be Bird Navarez. His first chance on the line. Las Cruces, though, 4 for 4 from the charity stripe. Takes a few dribbles. He is 5 of 7 in the previous 2 games. 1 for 1 in game 1, 4 for 6 in game 2, and got a nice shooter's touch. It bounced on the rim a few times and went through. So they're perfect now, 5 for 5. Eagles had 1 tray in the first quarter, as that was put through by Amron Wheeler coming off the bench. Las Cruces did not get a tray in that first quarter, but were dumping in free throws. They were 4 for 4. Second one good for Navarez. He's got 2 points now. It's 19-8. Hobbs by 11. Here comes Soria now, taking his time through the time stripe. Gives it off to Beatty on the right side. 2-3 zone for Las Cruces. Oh, throws it back deep to Pena. Almost lost it. Threw it right towards his face. He had to kind of protect himself with 2 hands. Screen up top for Henderson. Doesn't use it. Back to Soria left wing. Thought of an NBA 3, no deal. Throws it off left corner. Turbiantes, his rainbow 3 out the back of the rim, deep left corner. Rebound in the middle of the paint off the iron by Navarez. He'll slow up at the top of the circle at the other end. Throws a 3 off the clink front of the rim. No good. Pena with the rebound. Ahead to Soria. Tries to come down the lane. Got his arms ripped off. A little bit of do-si-do action there on the right block as he tried to go to the hole. The question is, was he in the shooting motion or not? He did get his arms ripped kind of from behind, but we couldn't quite see if he was extending to the hoop or not. Definitely going to be a foul, and maybe even a breakaway foul too, which would be an automatic 2. They've had a couple of the referee discussions here to kind of decide whether that was a shooting motion or not. Got to be a foul regardless. Soria's already going up to the line. They do call the foul on Bird Navarez, his first team foul. And Soria is on the line. He'll get the 2. He's 2 for 2 back in the first quarter, his only point so far. Shot is up and good. Of course, the sophomore, second on the team in 3-point shots this season, has converted 28, averaging 4.3 points a ball game. Right now with 3. Perfect, 3 for 3 on the line, and hits hard at the back of the rim on the second one, no good. Pulled down underneath by the sophomore, Brisbee, who's got 3 boards. Gets it back deep near the baseline to Navarez. Against double team pressure, 2-2-1. Trap pressure for the Eagles. Across the timeline to Latrell on the far right. Throws it and gets it back in the right corner to the baseline. Bounce in the middle of the paint to Romney. Sends it back deep. A high one pulled down off the ladder by Navarez. Stop and go dribble. Shot from 15 on the right side. A frog throw at the rim. Boy, he had a big knee bend. Missed the shot. Rebound pulled down by Brisbee. Lost it in the air. Tips it out up top to Latrell. Kick it to the right wing. 18-footer on the way for Navarez out the back of the rim. Rebound at the free throw line by Romney. Gives it off the left elbow to Latrell. Back door to the left block to Romney. Trying to go up high with it and gets pushed around before coming to the floor. No shot on that one, but a foul on the Eagles, bodying him up. And Eagles being aggressive in the paint. Got to give him credit for that. That's a second on Pena, second team foul. Wait to see if Coach Ross decides to put him down for a few minutes here, not to get that 3rd foul. But Hobbs up by 12, 20-8 here in the second, 6:10 remaining. Deep inbound to the top of the arc to Brisbee. Spins in the paint, reverse layup left side, misses out the front of the rim. Rebound, Turbiantes, his second. Does it ahead to a breaking Pena, goes high in the air to save it to himself. Off the right glass and scores on the layup. Boy, he went up sky high. He's got 6 points. Eagles by 14, their biggest lead. In the front court, Eagles fans are still oohing and ahhing about that one. Hand off to the left wing to Navarez. Crossover move, and he keeps it on the left and then returns it back deep to Joseph Brisbee at the time stripe. Both Brisbee brothers in the game. To the left wing, Eagles a 1-2-2 zone. Gets it up top to Latrell. Back to Brisbee on the left side. To the left wing to Navarez. Drives the lane. High arching shot at the back of the iron. No good. Rebound put back up on the right block. Little shot put action by Romney. Puts it through his first bucket and 4th rebound. 22-10. Eagles by 12. Turbiatis in the front court. Unloads to Beatty left wing. Back deep to Surrey at the timeline. Las Cruces kind of back it up just a bit. Don't want the Eagles penetrating. Bounce pass to the right elbow to Turbiatis. Sizes up his defender. Spins. Wonders twice. Throws up a shot in the lane. Lost the ball as it came off the rim and tips it out of the baseline. A late whistle by the official. Boy, Coach Benjamin doesn't like the call there. No, they're calling the rebound foul instead. Kind of wonder. I thought that looked like a clean block. They called the foul. Wait a second. Now they're bringing it back in. It's going to be against Las Cruces. Well, that whistle way after the shot. They call that on Luttrell, his second team foul, as Turbiatis get a chance for his first free throw tonight, and 2 of them at that. First one off the front of the rim, no good. Turbiatis against Las Cruces in the previous games was 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. He averaged 10 points and 9 rebounds in those 2 games. For the season, Jairus at 52% prior to that first missed free throw. Hobbs up 22-10, pitting the second attempt. And Turbiatis trying to get his 5th point of the ball game and does with the swish. 23-10, Eagles by 13. One shy their biggest lead at 14. On the baseline, running up and down is Navarez. Bounces in the far right in the backcourt to Brisby. Brisby tries to pass it back to Navarez at the baseline, but a double team. Soria and Turbiatis deep right corner swatted to the sideline out of bounds. Boy, it's going to be hard to get out of this one, like in the bunker here. Navarez will throw it back to the baseline underneath the hoop. Brisby catches it, and looks like he gets a little bit of an uppercut. And Pena was the man in there, not the guy you want to see in that position, picking up his 3rd personal and the 3rd team foul. Now in foul trouble, as Pena is going to leave with 6 points. He is the leading scorer so far for Hobbs, and returning for him is Mr. McGahey. Inbounding from the right baseline, Navarez. Inbound to the deep left corner to Brisby. Joseph Brisby, double team Turbiatis, and McGahey gets through both of them off the dribble. Gives to his brother, left wing Brisby. Joseph, or Jaden should I say, tries to head it off back to his brother Joseph Brisby, and they both stutter step with it and get the travel. Boy, hard to keep up with those two. Jaden J, Joseph J, and Brisby B, but a turnover there. 7-4 Las Cruces, 23-10. Hobbs by 13, 4:50 left, second quarter. Winner will play either Cleveland or Trisco Heritage, who are playing tonight. Cleveland hosting that one, a 7 seed versus 10. They load it down low to right block to Henderson. Fires it over to Beatty, left corner. Fakes a pass. Comes underneath the hoop on the dribble. Alley-oop and a dunk on the right side of the hoop. Put it down home for Henderson. Beautiful pass for Beatty. 4 points for Henderson. 25-10. And Beatty trying to get a steal with a high pass to half court. Kind of rammed into Jaden Brisby. They call the body foul. Hobbs fans not liking that one. They just saw 2 bodies going up in the air and bouncing into each other. So that'll be Beatty's first. Good aggressive foul there. 14 foul. Not yet a double bonus for Las Cruces, who trails by 15, their biggest deficit of the ball game. And you got to remember, previous games, Hobbs won by 39 points in game 1 and 30 points in game 2. That one was on the road. First game of mercy roll. Driving the right side of the lane is Brisby. Tries to pass it back to his brother, Jaden. Stolen by Beatty. That's going to be the 8th turnover. Tries to go backdoor to Turbiatis, right to left, down the lane, and overthrows him. Both the guys pointed at each other like, we should have had that one. That'll be the Eagles' 8 turnovers. So both teams with 8 TOs right now. Still a 15-point Eagle lead. Nice little cushion there. But while you look on the size advantage out there, boy, 7-footer on the court, and these little guards. A steal in the lane on the inbound. McGahey tries to reverse slamp and misses out the back of the rim. Pulled down by Jaden Brisby. That was the 9th Las Cruces turnover. Throw across the timeline on the right wing to Bert Navarez. Dribbles through his legs, throws up a 3 against Beatty. In and out, no good. Ball tipped up in the air. Battling for it on the baseline. Going to the floor is Jaden Brisby, his 6th rebound. Pass off to the left wing and coming down with the ball on the pivot is Acosta. Back to the timeline to Joseph Brisby. Stop and go. Leads and shoots in the left block into McGahey. They call the foul. McGahey kind of reached out at him there on the left block and pulls the wrist down for the foul. So 2 free throw opportunity here for Joseph Brisby, who is yet to score in this ball game. Again, he's the brother of the sophomore Jaden Brisby. And he'll get the 2 here. He is 1 for 4 against the Eagles in the series up to this game, averaging 2.5 points a game. And makes the first one there. His first point of the contest. He is the sophomore. His brother Jaden is the freshman. So they got a couple more years left with the Las Cruces squad. And definitely Jaden Brisby going to be a force to be reckoned with as he gets experience in the next few years. One more free throw now for Joseph Brisby, the sophomore. It's up and it is good. He got them both. 2 points for him. 6 scores now for Las Cruces. Now a timeout on the court. Your Hobbs Eagles lead by 13. 25-12 here in the second quarter. 3:49 remaining. First round of the state basketball playoffs live on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Back in 30. Welcome back to first round playoff action. Hobbs Eagles leading Las Cruces High 25-12. We got a score coming in from Nomark Central. Thanks to Tiffany on this one. It is Lovington trailing Valley at halftime 31-18. So Valley up by 13. Of course, that's the 4A first round playoffs. Lovington on the road in the Duke City tonight. Got some other games we'll try to keep you updated on, including Eunice in action. Jal winning earlier by an upset 1-point win over McCurdy earlier today in the 2A. Reach foul against Las Cruces on the full court pressure as they get the foul on Bert Navarez, his second, third team foul. On the near sideline backcourt, McGahey throws a high one down to Turbiatis, right wing. Jump stop on the right elbow, throws it up top of McGahey. Three on the way, off the back of the rim. Ripped down underneath by Jaden Brisby for Las Cruces, his seventh rebound. Eagles by 13. Throws it ahead to the guard, Navarez, left wing, dribbling behind his back to the left elbow. Backs out to the circle and back deep with the throw to Brisby at the time stripe. Taking on McGahey, top of the circle. The handoff to Clark, drives the left lane, scoop pass underneath, shot on the right block, little hook action put through off the glass by Jaden Brisby. That's his only fourth point of the ball game. And then on the full court pressure defense, runs into Beatty on the right baseline and completely steamrolls him to the court that time. They'll get the foul on Brisby. That's his second personal, 14th foul. Eagles one away from the double bonus. Las Cruces starting to get aggressive on the full court pressure defense. Looks like Josiah Clay's going to check in now for Parker Henderson. And McGahey to inbound left baseline. Bounces in backcourt to Turbiatis. Double team, gets through him with the dribble. Midcourt now, throws a high one across to Clay on the right wing. He'll slow it down. Back deep to Beatty. Very patient offense for the Eagles, up by 11. 3:05 left first half. Keeps his dribble going to the right side through his legs. Just kind of sliding with the defender. Over to Clay, left wing. Three on the way, off the back of the iron. Pulled down to the left baseline by Joseph Brisby. Eagles one and done on that one. He'll take a quick dribble to the front court, far right. Went straight across the court that time, and then hands off on the right wing to Navarez. Drives the right elbow, shot on the way on the J. Clinks out the front of the rim. Turbiatis going to chase it down on the near right sideline for his third rebound. Gives it off to Clay right next to him, and he'll slow it up. Across the time stripe with a pass right to left to McGahey, and he throws a hard bounce pass down to the left baseline, well ahead of Amber Reeler, was crossing the court from right to left. No chance to retract that one. It goes out of bounds for the Eagles' ninth turnover. Hobbs with 9 turnovers for Las Cruces too, but Eagles up by 11. So they're not letting those hurt them too bad with 2:36 left here in the second. Full court pressure D. Eagles match it up with everybody. Inbounding on the right baseline is Navarez. Gets it in left corner. Double team against Brisby. Good D by Turbiatis and Clay. Gets through three defenders now at the dribble. Weaving through traffic. Unloads in the front court to Clark. Right wing. Three on the way and good. Clark's first bucket of the ball game. The first tray for Las Cruces. Now they trail by 8. A steal on the inbound. Going up hard with it is Brisby. That's a layup on the right side. His 6 point and 7 rebounds for the freshman. That's the Eagles' 10th turnover. And Coach Ross is not a happy camper. They call an offensive push-off foul on the Eagles on top of that just now. As a big push coming by, looks like they charged that one to Josiah Clay off ball, his second, 15th foul. And it'll be Las Cruces basketball. So Eagles are starting to really give up the ball now. 11 turnovers, but about 3 in a row for Hobbs. And now just a 6-point lead. Eagles were up 17-6 in the first quarter. They only managed to put 8 through in this second quarter, but 13 for Las Cruces. The inbound of the backcourt for the Dogs to Joseph Brisby. Brisby will hand it off behind to Navarez, brings it across the timeline on the right wing. Hippity hop move to the right corner. Bounce it to the right wing again to Clark. He'll back it out. Guarded by Beatty. Dribbles to the timeline and gives it to Navarez on the handoff. He's going to go right to left in front of the Hobbs Eagle logo. To the right wing, comes down the middle of the lane. Head fake, kick it off right wing to Clark. Clock to 150, drives the middle of the paint. Stop and shoot and score it. Quick J there, off balance against Beatty that time. 5 for Clark, and Coach Ross is not going to wait any longer for the timeout. Boy, they scratch their way back into a game here. Double-digit lead for Hobbs for most of the contest, but now just a 4-point lead over Las Cruces, 25-21. 1:46 left here in the second. We're coming back in 60 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. The Las Cruces Bulldogs have outscored the Eagles 15-8 here in the second quarter. A bunch of turnovers really costing the Eagles, who now have 11 giveaways at this point. Also great free throw shooting for Las Cruces. They're 8 of 8 from the line. Eagles 6 of 12 for 50%. They got to get some offense generated here, as they'll have to try to beat a full court pressure. Inbound coming from Beatty to the far left wing. To Turbiatis backcourt, gives it back deep to Beatty. He's going to go one-on-one against Zayden Clark. To the far left sideline to the front court, hands off to Clay. Clay comes up top off the dribble, hand it back to Soria, to Beatty on the left wing. Stop and go to left elbow, falls to the floor, but he is pushed in the back, causing the fall. Zayden Clark picks up his second. More importantly, that'll be a double bonus now for the Eagles. Get some free throw opportunities. You mentioned they're 6 of 12 from the line so far for 50%. Beatty against Las Cruces in the previous 2 games this season has yet to shoot a free throw. This will be his first one, but on the season shooting 73%, 14 of 19. So he'll get the 2 here, try to extend the 4-point lead. First one is up and bouncing off the rim, no good. Hobbs kind of hit a lull here midway through the second quarter, and Las Cruces taking advantage of it. Beatty on the line, Soria and Turbiatis in the lane as well. You got Clay at half court and Henderson back in the Las Cruces front court, waiting for the defense. Second shot coming from Beatty is up, and bad reverse spin on that. You knew that wasn't going to go in. It came off the front of the iron and came down quickly. Pulled down underneath on the rebound by Navarez, by himself, his third. So score now 25-21. Coming across the timeline with the ball is Navarez. Kicks it off right wing to Brisby. Swing it left side to Clark. Clark with a double team. Cross court right to Joseph Brisby. Guarded closely by Beatty now. Eagles extending a 2-1-2 zone. Over to left wing to Clark, and coming out of the court is William Benjamin out at the free throw line of the backcourt, trying to get his team's attention, and stops the clock with a timeout. We'll keep it right here as your Hobbs Eagles try to hold on to a lead, 25-21. Start out really well. Hobbs was up early, 17-6, and actually was shutting down. I think it was 14-0 as we got the game moving along here, but second quarter, at least the second half of the second, has really been in the hands of Las Cruces High up to this point. We mentioned earlier the Jow boys with an upset win over McCurdy in Española, New Mexico today, 52-51. That means Jow will move on to the quarterfinals next week. Of course, we'll have coverage on our No Mark broadcasting stations. Definitely going to get you all the action of the Lee County teams. Also going on today, the Eunice boys. They were playing at Legacy Academy in Albuquerque, and unfortunately the Cardinal season will end as Legacy Academy wins that one 50-36. Lovington is trailing Valley, and the last score we had in the third quarter, 34-22, the Valley Vikings. And of course, Hobbs actually played Valley in the APS Metro tournament, defeated them, a 4A squad, one of the tops in the state. So Lovington needs to have a comeback in that second half to try to pick them off on the road. Again, Jow is going to move on. Hobbs Eagles trying to get a game here to victory so they can move on as well. Lovington's still on the bubble right now in the second half. On the girls' side, Tatum has advanced with their win on Friday night. Of course, the Eunice Lady Cardinals winning at home as well, and the Hobbs Lady Eagles over 100 points scored in 25 trays last night, breaking a state record from Trayland for Coach Carpenter, trying to punch their ticket, and they did, to the quarterfinals next week. So got a lot of Lee County teams left, but now it's time for Hobbs to get a bigger lead in this one. Las Cruces basketball in the front court. Navarro's at the timeline. Swings it left to Brisby. Joseph with the basketball. An extended 2-on-2 zone. Kicks it back right. Almost stolen by Beatty. Shot taken on the right side. 15-footer by the trail off the back of the rim. Rebound for Soria for the Eagles. His first. Dribbles across the three-point line. Throws it left. It gets it back from Turbiatis. And now has it in the front court. He's going to slow it down. To the top of the arc of the pass to Henderson. Sling it left to Turbiatis. Wide open for a three and a swish shot. He shot that off his right shoulder but puts it through at the follow through. Turbiatis, a big man, can shoot it from Trey. He's got 8. Second tray of the game for the Eagles. Gives a little bit more of a cushion, up by 7 with 20 seconds left in the half. Into the front court comes Damaris. Down to the right corner. 3 on the way for Clark. No, he pulls it down at the last second. Got me up in the air that time. Returns it back deep to the timeline to Brisby. Cross court left to Damaris. And boy, Clay tried to get around his defender. Looked like he was getting screened and just ran him over. They're going to call the foul on Clay. He was sliding from left to right that time and ran into Ezekiel Acosta. So Clay will pick up his 3rd personal. Hobbs has got 3 fouls on Pena, Clay, and Wheeler. That's a 16th foul, still a double bonus. As Ezekiel Acosta will get his first attempts at the free throw line. The team is 8 for 8 from the charity stripe. First shot is up, and it is good. 3 points now for Acosta, his first free throw made. He will get one more. That was the first free throw that Acosta's had against the Eagles in this being the 3rd game. Only points he scored was in game 1, a bucket for 2, and right now he's got a total of 3. 28-22, 8.9 seconds left, 3rd quarter. Hobbs by 6, pitting this free throw. Second shot is good for Acosta. He's got 4. 5-point lead. Inbound to Soria, left corner. Throws it up the sideline. Pulled down by Hernandez, who just checked in front court. Sails it down to Beatty, left corner. To Soria, left elbow. Throws up a shot. Is hit from behind. He had a good follow-through, but the defender behind him kind of shoved forward from behind his back and just knocked the arm down. Ball comes underneath the hoop, but he'll get 2 free throws as they get the foul against Navarro's, who's just picked up his 3rd foul for Las Cruces, 16th foul. Both teams have 6 now. It's 2 shots for Soria, who is now 3 of 4 from the line and 3 points. First shot is up and good. All of his points so far have been free throws. He's made 4 out of 5 for 80%. Eagles have shot 15 free throws so far in this ball game. And now adding the other one is Soria and swishes it. He's got 3 free throws here in the second, 5 points overall, and Eagles by 7. 0.5 left, 3-quarter court shot at the buzzer, short of the rim, as the attempt made by Navarez is no good. At the end of half, your Hobbs Eagles have a slim 7-point lead, as many as a 15-point lead in the first half. They're going to be playing some tough hoops coming into that 3rd quarter. Expect the press possibly. 30-23, Hobbs up over Las Cruces. We're back in 3 minutes on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Welcome back to halftime here at Tasker Arena. Your Hobbs Eagles in the first round of the state playoffs, leading Las Cruces 30-23. Hobbs is up 17-6 at the end of one. They finished with 13 in the second quarter, but it was 17 for Las Cruces in the second quarter to pull back in the ball game. Hobbs leading by as many as 15 early in that second quarter, but just could not hang on to the double-digit lead. Let's look at the numbers in the first half. Nobody in double digits yet for Las Cruces, but now they finally got some scores in the books. It's kind of slim there for the first quarter, but now a total of 7 scores at this point. Leader is Jaden Brisby. He is the freshman, 6 points, 2 for 2 on the line, and leads the team with 7 rebounds. Zayden Clark finishing with 5 points, all coming in the second quarter, including a tray and a rebound. And a bunch of other guys with a bucket apiece, or at least 2 points apiece, I should say. 5 scores with 2 points. Joseph Brisby, 2 for 2 on the line. Vaughn Romney hit a bucket with 4 rebounds. Prince Lopez went 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. It was 4 points for Ezequiel Acosta. He had 2 for 2 free throw shooting. Julian Navarez hit 2 free throws for 2 points. So you can see kind of a trend there as they've had 5 different players with at least 2 free throw attempts in the first half. So that definitely has been an advantage for Las Cruces. They did have 9 turnovers, 2 less than the Eagles, and hit 1 3-pointer. That was Zayden Clark. They were out-rebounded by the Eagles. Or actually, no, they actually took over rebounding by the Eagles 16-13 in the first half. So really getting those Jaden Brisby rebounds to help them out to pull within a 3-point or 3 rebound lead over Hobbs, especially in that second quarter. And probably one of their best stats so far in the first half has been free throw shooting. They are 10 of 10 from the charity stripe. And a bunch of guys, in fact, that's 5 different guys with 2 for 2 free throw shooting in the first half of action. So Las Cruces definitely wants to get an upset here at Tasker as they are the 15th seed against the number 2 Hobbs Eagles. But Hobbs has got some scoring of their own. They've got 7 scores as well. Jairus Turbiatis hit a tray in the second quarter to get his numbers to 8. He was 1 of 2 from the line and had 3 rebounds. Abraham Pena, though, in foul trouble with 3 fouls. He has 6 points. He was 4 for 4 on the line in the first quarter. Lyric Soria went 5 points, all 5 of his from the charity stripe. He was 5 of 6 from the line. Parker Henderson had 4 points on 2 buckets in the second quarter. Amron Wheeler coming off the bench for a tray for 3. Braddock Beatty hit a bucket for 2 points and a rebound. Josiah Clay had a bucket for 2, had 1 rebound. And that's it for the scoring for the Hobbs Eagles. Free throw shooting, 10 of 14 for 71%, not bad there. Again, the Hobbs Eagles, in terms of rebounding in the first half, had 13. They were actually leading after the first quarter 8-6, but are down by 3 now, again 16-13 on the glass. Turnovers again, 2 more, 11 for Hobbs versus 9 for Las Cruces. That definitely has got to improve in the second half. And the foul situation, definitely a problem for Hobbs right now. They've got 3 players with 3 fouls apiece. Pena, Clay, and Amron Wheeler. One a starter, of course, Pena, Clay, and Wheeler coming off the bench. Again, the score at halftime, Hobbs 30, Las Cruces High 23. We will be back in 2 minutes, live at halftime as your Eagles up by 7. We'll be back live on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Got you back live here at halftime. Task Arena. Hobbs Eagles holding on to a 7-point lead over Las Cruces High. Hobbs number 2 seed, number 15 for Las Cruces. I'd like to thank our sponsors of Hobbs Eagle Playoff Hoops on the radio and the internet, including Bel Air Bowl, United Realty, Elite Real Estate, NMAA Pipeline, Thriftway and La Tienda Groceries, SunGuard Precision, Rena Center, Eunice Pump and Supply, New Mexico Junior College, Lasco Construction, DNC Electric, Hydrotech Services, The Coffee Shop, IPS, XL Energy, Lico, Outlaw Grill, Hobbs Rental, and Albertsons Market. Again, thanks to our sponsors, keeping all these broadcasts free on the radio and the internet for you, game after game for the Hobbs Eagles. Well, the big keys for the second half is to kind of cut down on those turnovers that we saw definitely in that second quarter for Hobbs. Watch the foul trouble. Abraham Pena, Josiah Clay, and Amron Wheeler, 3 apiece. And keep Las Cruces off the free throw line. They're perfect, 10 for 10. So that's my coaching strategy for the second half. Coach Ross has taken off that suit coat. He's going to get on the court here as a 6-man sooner or later, as it will be Las Cruces ball to start the third. Hobbs up by 7, 30-23. And the inbound of the backcourt, deep, pulling it down. The Joseph Brisby sophomore guard throws it across the timeline, left wing to Navarez. Gets a screen, stop and go, top of the circle. Guarded by Soria, gets out of the screen area there. Pass off to his brother, to Jaden Brisby, left wing, and returns back deep to Navarez at the scorer's table, far left. Up top of the arc with a handoff, the dribble to Luttrell. Back to the timeline, comes back right, zigzag with a hand to Navarez. To the left wing off the dribble. Flips it over to Brisby, drives the right elbow, spins in the paint, fadeaway jumper, bouncing around the rim, no good. Pulled down, and a rejection going up with it was Rumney. Great swap by Henderson. Kick out left, a 3 on the way out the back of the rim for Navarez. Rebound for the Eagles by Henderson. Underneath the hoop, that's his third. Up ahead to Pena, right wing. Spots up a 3, fadeaway, clinks off the iron. Rebound on the free throw line for Las Cruces as it's pulled down by Romney. That's his 5th. Gives it to the time stripe to Navarez. Coming across the line, and a shot from top of the arc. A swish for Trey. Big shot there for Navarez. That's his first points of the ball game. Second tray for Las Cruces. A 4-point game. Eagles by 30-26. 6:50 left third. Hand off to Beatty, top of the arc, front court. Bounce pass back door to Pena. Reverse layup left side, misses out the front of the rim, and they got a foul. Not sure if that's on the pass or on the layup on the left. He went underneath the hoop from right to left. They do call it a shooting foul, and they'll charge that to one of the brothers. That's the Joseph Brisby, his first. First team foul on Las Cruces here in the third quarter. Pena, perfect 4 for 4 on the line, all coming in the first quarter, and nails another one. He's got 7 points, again coming in at 82% this season. And you can't say this enough. With such a close game now, Hobbs has got to continue to convert. They are 11 of 15 now from the stripe. Again, perfect for Las Cruces, 10 of 10. Second shot for Pena, swish again. Pena now with 8 points, tying up Turbiatis. 6-point Eagle lead. Pass to the top of the arc, backcourt. Navarez will dribble across left wing. Spins around out from away the defense from Beatty at the scorer's table, far left. Screen provided by Romney. Drives the right elbow, shot away, bouncing off the rim. Rebound for Henderson, his second in a row. He's got 4. Gives out to Turbiatis far right, back deep to Soria. He'll come across the timeline against the defense of Navarez. Slows it down to run the offense. Drives to the right wing, a screen from Turbiatis. Shot from the right elbow off the front of the iron. Underneath the hoop for the rebound, just waiting for it was Luttrell. Gives it off to Navarez. He touches the ball in almost every possession as he comes across the timeline. Middle of the Hobbs Eagle logo, drives the left side of the circle, swings it back on the dribble in front of Romney's screen to the right wing. 3 shot on the way, and there's another one. Soria dropped off just a second. Back-to-back trays now. Big shooting for Navarez. He's got 6 on trays. 3 3-pointers for Las Cruces, down by 3. In the front court, Soria, top of the circle. Sliding right up the dribble. Waiting for a screen from Henderson. Doesn't use it. Drives the hoop. Scoop shot high on the right. Misses off the rim. Gets his own rebound on the left block. Great chase down for Soria. Over to Beatty, top of the circle. Hippity hop move. Shot in the middle of the lane off the front of the rim. No good. Pulled down in the paint by Brisby. Jaden, his 8th. Does it across the timeline to Navarez on the far left. 32-29. Eagles have only scored a bucket. 9 for Las Cruces. Navarez dribbles around the right side of the circle. Goes down the lane. Shot on the run from the right side of the free throw line and is fouled from behind. Ball comes off the back of the rim. Eagles giving that penetration that time, and the foul going to be called on Beatty, his second. First team foul on the Eagles here in the third, and you can see the momentum switching to Las Cruces, who now only trails by 3, pinning these 2 free throws. On the line is Navarez. He has 2 trays here in the third quarter. In the 2 previous games against the Eagles, as he makes his first one there, Navarez was 5 of 7 from the charity stripe. So now he's got 7 points after that free throw. So 7 points for Navarez. He'll get 1 more. It's 32-30. Eagles still by 2. Second shot is up and bounce around the rim and good. 8 now for Navarez, 32-31. Hobbs now with just a 1-point lead, up by as many as 15 in the second quarter. Clay will bring it across against looks like a box and 1. Over to the left wing to Beatty, up top to Turbiatis, gives it back to Beatty left side. Dribbles behind his back, left elbow, fires. No, he dumps it down low. I thought he was going to shoot down to Turbiatis, lost his balance, throws the ball up, comes out the back of the rim. Long rebound on the far left by Navarez, his 4th board. Throws it ahead left corner, 3 on the way, an air ball thrown up by Latrell, and a rebound by Pena in transition, his 4th rebound. Into the front court, up by 1, slows it down with 4:45. Screen up top from Henderson, drives the lane, double clutch on the left block off the rim, tries to tip it up, no good, and pulled down for Las Cruces underneath the hoop by Romney, his 6th rebound. Sends it back to the baseline, to Navarez, to the timeline, over to Brisby. Down to the right corner, a 3 on the way from Latrell off the back of the rim, alone with the shot that time. Beatty will rip it down underneath his 2nd board. Dribbles into the front court to the left wing. Stop and go, crossover, he'll back it out against Brisby. Returns it back deep to Clay to set up the offense in front of the Taskervich band on the near left sideline. Screen up top from Hernandez. Goes around to the right, backs it up. NBA 3 on the way, off the front of the rim. Eagles not getting much of a rebound action. Henderson will pull it down and make it Hernandez on the right elbow. He tries to throw it down the lane, gets kicked out of bounds, and it'll go out against the Eagles off Turbiatis. Las Cruces basketball after the 12th turnover. Boy, Hobbs really in a lull here in the third, almost halfway through. Only scored 1 basket and 8 points put in by Las Cruces, 8-2, and they now trail Hobbs by 1 and a timeout on the court. 4:05 left here in this first round playoff game. Hobbs 32, Las Cruces 31. Back in 30 seconds live on HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube on the internet, along with Cole's Facebook page, and on the radio tonight at 100.5 The Eagle. Back here at Tasker Arena, your Hobbs Eagles trying to hold on to a lead with a 32-31 margin. 4:05 left third quarter. Las Cruces coming screeching back in the third. Hobbs going to have to play some defense here to try to stop a first lead of the game for Las Cruces, trailing by 1. Navarez will give it off to his other guard in the backcourt, Brisby. Eagles going to go with a 2-3 zone in the half court. To Navarez in the front side, top of the circle, sends it back to Brisby on the right wing, dump it down low to Jaden Brisby. He fumbles it out of bounds on the baseline, trying to reach for it. Coach Benjamin angry at his players, not getting that set up well in the right block. Bad pass ahead. That'll be Las Cruces' 10th turnover. And now Hobbs ball up by 1. Coming across the timeline by himself. Clay in the front court, left side of the arc. Cross court right to Beatty. Keeps it down to Turbiatis right corner, returns to Beatty. Slides to the top of the circle against a 2-3 zone to Clay on the left wing. He's waiting for a screen from Turbiatis, going to use it, drives the middle of the lane. Reverse layup with a windmill on the right glass and scores. Beautiful job of weaving through the D in the paint, going to the right side of the rim and scoring it off the glass. Mr. Josiah Clay putting it through in the foul. And that's going to go against Jaden Brisby. Want to get him in foul trouble. His third, second team foul, as Clay will get a chance for a three-point play. Clay with 4 points now, trying to make it 5. He's 0 for 2 on the line. Eagles are 12 of 16 for 75% and misses off the left rim. Ripped down by Jaden Brisby. That's his 9th rebound. Gives it back to Navarez. Hobbs by 3. Extended 2-1-2 zone now. He slides left on the dribble, comes up top with it. Bounce pass right wing to Brisby. Jaden Brisby. Correction Joseph. He'll back it out to the time stripe near right sideline. Cross court left, back to Navarez, fakes a three, drives left corner, 15-foot on the way, out the back of the rim. Pulled down at the free throw line, though, by Romney, his 7th. Out to the right wing, 3 on the way for Clark, and nails one. He's got 5. That's the 4th tray for Las Cruces, who's tied the game at 34. Nail-biting time for the Eagles here in the 3rd. Top of the arc. Clay, crossover move, spins, lost the ball. It's taken away by Zayden Clark. Eagles 13th turnover. Gives it back to Navarez, who comes across the time stripe. Hobbs getting too tricky with the dribbling. Does it on the timeline to Brisby. Coming back to get it is Joseph Brisby, and he's going to wait at the Hobbs logo. Spin move, take it on Payne. He's got to be careful with the 3 fouls. To the right wing as he backs into him. Gets a screen from his brother. Dumps it down left corner. 3 on the way for Zayden Clark off the back of the rim and the front. Rebound by Turbiatis. We got bodies crashing after the rebound as Clay and Brisby both hit and went flopping on their backs underneath the hoop after the rebound. So we're going to have to wait to see. They called it dead after the ball was rebounded going the other way on the transition game. Turbiatis had the ball. And now a big discussion. You had 2 bodies crashing. The rebound had been going in front of those 2 bodies down the other court for Hobbs. You stop the action. I think you have to give the Eagles back to basketball and don't call anything. I think we had a collision, but it was, I don't know if anybody caused the collision. More of just a head-to-head combat there. And I do mean head-to-head. Clock stop at 2:25. Long discussion by the refs here in the 3rd, tied at 34. I think you just got to go with point of interruption and pick the ball up where it was near midcourt and give it back to the Eagles because I don't know what, there's no call being made. No fouls are being distributed here. You call a double foul, but I didn't even see that being signaled. I just saw a stop of action because they saw bodies hit. A lot of times you just let the team continue down the court for the transition because, they're calling offsetting fouls here. Wow. They gave Josiah his 4th. And for Las Cruces, Dominic Luttrell gets his 2nd. So bodies collided. Thought they're just going to let that be inadvertent, and then they just said they don't want anybody hurt. But, well, that's a mess. That's going to be 2nd team foul on Hobbs, the 3rd on Las Cruces, and it'll be Eagles basketball. But again, you get Clay his 4th personal, and that's not a good situation. He's not a happy camper. He's trying to make the point to his bench there that we just ran into each other. And that was after the rebound had been secured by another Eagle anyway. Clay comes across the timeline, bounce pass to Pena left wing. He'll back it out against the defense of Joseph Brisby. Screen up top from Turbiatis. Swings it over to Soria, fakes a 3 right wing. Spot from 15, jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound on the right baseline. We got a rebounding foul. Pulling it down for Las Cruces was Joseph Brisby, his 2nd. Are they going to call that a foul-aided one, though? They might give it back to the Eagles. No, they call that against Zayden Clark, his 3rd. Rebound was actually pulled down by Brisby, but the foul on Clark, that'll be the 14th foul, which is good news for the Eagles. 1 away from the double bonus. It'll be Hobbs basketball on the left baseline, inbounded by Soria with 2:07 left 3rd. Inbound to Pena, fade away 3 from the left side, misses the rim. Put up by Beatty on the left block, can't get it to drop. And then another tip by Beatty and the foul. Boy, a couple opportunities for Beatty to get strong in there. So Clark has just picked up back-to-back fouls, now his 4th, and the 15th foul. Eagles in the double bonus. Beatty is 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. He'll get 2 here to break the tie. First one's a swish for Beatty. He's got 3 points and 3 rebounds to go along with it. Coach Benjamin going to go to his bench for Las Cruces and bring in Dominic Luttrell for the guy with 4, Zayden Clark, who backed back fouls on that one. Looks like Parker Henderson was in the locker room and now back on the court, so I'm not sure what was going on with him. Or not on the court, but he's went back to the bench, and now coach is going to send him to the scorer's table to check in. Beatty misses out the back of the rim, pulled down in the left corner for Las Cruces on the boards by Ezequiel Acosta. Gives it back to Navarez with 1:58 left. 3rd quarter, Eagles by 1. Going across the timeline against Beatty in the front court. Little spin action, gets a screen near the timeline by Acosta. Drives the lane, tries to throw up a shot from the left block, a little hook. Lands on his back on the baseline. They call the foul. Body up by the Eagles. Quick first step that time and going hard to the rack on the left side as Hernandez going to get his first personal. 13th foul against the Eagles. It'll be Navarez, who is 2 for 2. He's got all 8 of his points here in the 3rd quarter, including those 2 free throws. Also 2 trays to his name. Henderson tried to get in here after that first free throw. Shot is up, and it is good. All 3 throws made by Navarez, now with 9 points. Henderson will check in for Hernandez. And we've got a tie ball game once again at 35, 1:48 remaining. Winner will play either Cleveland High School, the 7 seed, or Atrisco Heritage, the 10 seed. That game is in Rio Rancho tonight. Cleveland hosting that one, and boy, that Atrisco Heritage team just got back a starter that has been out for several weeks. Big scoring last week for him, and I think that team is one to be reckoned with. Second free throw is good for Navarez. He's 4 for 4 and has 10 points all here in the third. 1 point lead for Las Cruces, their first in the ball game. And across the timeline, Beatty throws it off left wing behind Pena, out of bounds. Beatty is calling for a touch by Las Cruces. The officials aren't going to bite on it. That'll be an Eagle turnover, number 14. 36-35. Since the last time the Eagles beat this Las Cruces team, 59-29, back on January 14th in Las Cruces, the Dogs are 10-3, all 3 of their losses against Oregon Mount from their district. Beating the press, dribbling into the front court is Brisby on the right wing. Double team of Pena and Soria. Lost the ball momentarily. Cross-court pass to the left wing to Luttrell. Fires up a 3 off the rim, no good. Ripped down by Turbiatis on the right block as he gets a great rebound, his 5th. Hands it off to Soria with 1:20 left, third quarter. Hobbs down by 1, their first deficit of the game. Gets a screen from Henderson on the right elbow. Up top to Turbiatis, fakes a pass, throws up a 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Chased down by Beatty at the free throw line. He's pivoting, puts it back up to Soria, top of the arc for 3 off the front of the rim. Eagles can't get one to drop, and there's a push foul by Las Cruces. And boy, throwing a big fit is Ezequiel Acosta. He didn't like the call. He's going to get the foul, but the official watching him closely, he threw a big fit, jumping up in the air, yelling, and that's his second personal. 16th foul. Eagles already in the double bonus. They could take a lead with 2 free throws here by Jairus Turbiatis. Jairus is 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, has 8 points, is yet to score here in the third quarter. Eagles have only put down 5 points in this third, and 13 for Las Cruces, 8 more than the Eagles. But at least one of these free throws would tie the game for Jairus. First free throw is up, and it is too much reverse spin, comes off the front of the rim. So we're still a 1 point deficit for Hobbs and still a whole quarter to go. 1:06 left here in the third. Eagles averaged 66 points against Las Cruces in 1 through 2 games. 32 for Las Cruces. Second free throw missed as well, and chased down in the right corner by the guard Joseph Brisby, his third. 36-35 Las Cruces, giving off the Navarros down in the front court against an extended 2-3 zone for the Eagles. Pena and Beatty up top. High pass over the left wing to Brisby. Coming to get it on the left wing is Romney. Returns it back deep to the time stripe to Navarez. He's going to run clock with 40 seconds. Beatty will step out on him. Leases the ball on the Brisby left wing. Up top to Romney. Drives the lane, turns and fires to the right block and scores off the glass. Then he flexes his biceps at Henderson. 4 points for Romney. 3 point lead, the biggest of the game for Las Cruces. At the other end, Pena fires a J from the right elbow. And finally the Eagles get their fans fired up with that shot for Pena. Leads the team with 10. 38-37 though, Las Cruces by 1. They're going to call Beatty riding as the defender on his dribbler there at the timeline. Coach Ross out on the court. One of the officials got to back him out. They're going to say Beatty was just sliding with him, but they'll call the foul on Braddock, his third. 14th foul, not a double bonus yet for Las Cruces. They'll have it near the scorer's table just ahead of half court. Inbounding will be Navarez, leading by 1, 38-37 over the Eagles. This is the first round playoffs from Tasco Arena. Navarez will send it to the backcourt. Pulling it down to the far left sideline is Brisby. Spin move. Backs it out against Pena now in the backcourt to the right side wing in the front. Trying to get Pena to foul him. Drives the middle of the paint. Tries a shot rejected by Henderson. Rebound by Turbiatis, his 6th. Dribbles into the front court with 5 seconds. No look pass to Soria, right corner for 3, in and out. Henderson tips it over the front of the rim. Foul and a chance for a 3-point play. Count it. Nice lean into the basket by Henderson. Rebounding off the missed tray by Soria from the right corner. Big time rebound for Henderson. 6 points and 6 boards. They get the foul call against Von Romney, his second, 17th foul. And a chance to get a 2-point lead with a free throw here. Hobbs by 1 right now, 39-38. And you hope the electricity is going to remain in the fourth quarter as Hobbs going to close it out with a little bit of a lead here. Hopefully Henderson can put down this free throw, his first of the ball game. It's a high one, and it's a swish. He's got 7 points. 40-38. Eagles by 2. 1 second, a three-quarter shot at the buzzer. Off the glass and off the left of the rim. No good by Ezequiel Acosta. Whoa, the Hobbs Eagles leading by 2 as we head to the fourth quarter of this playoff game at Tasco Arena. 40-38 your score. Back at 60 on the Hobbs Eagle Network. We head to the fourth quarter, the first round playoff game from Tasker Arena. Your Hobbs Eagles leading 40-38 over Las Cruces High. Top scorers for Las Cruces. Leading with 10 points, Bert Navarez, 6 for Jaden Brisby, and 5 for Joseph Brisby. For your Hobbs Eagles in double digits and leading both teams, Abraham Pena, 10 points and 5 rebounds, 6 of 6 from the line. 8 for Jairus Turbiatis, who hit a tray, and 6 rebounds. 7 points for Parker Henderson on 6 boards. 5 for Lyric Soria, who was 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. Eagles by 2, 40-38. It'll be Hobbs basketball to start the fourth. Winner's going to play the quarterfinals next week, Wednesday, against either Cleveland or Atrisco Heritage playing tonight in Rio Rancho. To Pena on the left wing for 3. It's an air ball. Lyric Soria tries to chase down, but run down in the left corner for Las Cruces by Navarez, his 5th board. The guard dribbles to the right elbow, front court, throws up a shot off the back of the rim, no good. Jairus Turbiatis rips it down for his 10th board. Or correction, his 7th board. He tries to dribble out the far right sideline, and there's a foul. They call Brisby with the body foul. So Joseph Brisby will pick it up, his 2nd personal. First foul here in the fourth quarter. Eagle basketball still in the backcourt, far right sideline near the scorer's table. The inbound is Soria in the backcourt. He'll take the dribble himself. Little hippity-hop move as he comes across the timeline against the defense of Navarez. Gives it off to Pena, spin move to the left wing. Spins to the left elbow. Scoop pass to Turbiatis, fumbles it off his knee. Dripped away on the near sideline, stolen by Latrell, sends it ahead to the right block, missing a push shot is Brisby on the right block after the Eagles' 15th turnover. Rebound by Henderson, throws it down to Pena as he comes around the right circle, gets plowed down. Both players on the floor. That was Henderson's 7th rebound. I can't believe that Joseph Brisby, missed that little shot put from the right block, leading towards the hoop and hit the rim with it, giving the Eagles a chance to move it down court. So Brisby has just picked up his 2nd personal, first team foul as we mentioned, and it will be Hobbs basketball. Soria on the right baseline, leading by 2, 40-38 here in the fourth. Goes a high one into Henderson, right block, backing into his defender, goes up strong with a double clutch, a late whistle as he went head-to-head to the hole against Romney, and he's going to get 2 free throws. So Romney will get the foul. That's a 3rd team foul on Las Cruces, 3rd on Romney. So Henderson will step up to the line. He is perfect 1 for 1. Eagles are 12 of 22 from the charity stripe. Of course, Pena leads the squad 6 for 6 on the line so far. First shot for Henderson is up, and it's off the back of the rim, no good. So still a 2-point lead for the Eagles. Trying to extend it to 3 here on the free throw. Hobbs shot 61% in the first 2 games against Las Cruces. The Bulldogs only 44%, but they are 10 of 10 tonight. Haven't shot here in the fourth quarter, though. Free throw up and good for Henderson. He's got 8 points. And Eagles by 3. 7:08 left in the game, at least in regulation. Navarez with the basketball. Comes across against a 2-3 zone for the Eagle D. Slows it up in the middle of the Hobbs Eagle logo. Unloads to the right side of Brisby. Over to his brother on the right elbow, or right wing, Jaden Brisley. Fadeaway jumper off the dribble in the middle of the paint, no good. Rebound top of the arc for Beatty. Backdoor to Pena, was trying to dunk it, just threw it over the rim on the right side of the layup. Pushes it through for 2 after the 5th rebound by Beatty. And Pena now with 12 points. Coach for Las Cruces wants to call the timeout, William Benjamin, to talk to his troops. Don't want the Eagles to pull away here up by 5. Hey, that full court press could start making some bleeding happen on the Bulldogs. 43-38, Hobbs by 5. We'll take a 60-second break, come back live on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Your Hobbs Eagles lead 43-38 by 5 here. 6:45 left, fourth quarter. The winner goes to the quarterfinals on Wednesday at the Pit in Albuquerque. Ty Friend here with you live. Allison Friend on camera, Jessica Friend on scoreboard. Manuel back at the station. Las Cruces basketball. As they come across the timeline in the hands of Joseph Brisby. Fakes a three, gets it back deep to the time stripe to Navarez. Eagles with an extended 2-3 zone. Got to come up and get a screen from Brisby. The pass down to the right corner to Latrell. Dump it down to the right block to Jaden Brisby. Spins the lane, hook shot and swishes. Henderson trying to get a hand up, but Brisby puts it through regardless. That's his first bucket of the fourth quarter. He's got 8 points. 43-40, Eagles by 3. Henderson gets a pass front court, top of the arc, dribbles right. Backdoor to Payne, who gets knocked to the floor, no call. Brought down by Soria after the deflection. He'll drive to the right side of the lane, throws up a scoop off the glass and scored. The sophomore has a chance for a 3-point play on the foul. So put 2 in the books for Soria. He's got 7. He saved the play, too, after the ball got knocked off of Pena when he got knocked to the floor. They get the foul call on Romney, his 4th team foul. A 4-0 foul count in favor of the Eagles right now. And Soria has a chance to get a 6-point lead with a free throw here. He's got 7 points. Soria is 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. Eagles are 15 of 26 from the line for 57%. Every big free throw counts here in the 4th. Shot is up, and it's off the back of the rim. No good. Pulled down high off the ground there by Jaden Brisby with his 10th rebound. Close to a double-double with 8 points. 45-40. Outlet to Navarez at the time stripe. Gets it over to Joseph Brisby on the far left. Hippity hop move, top of the arc. Bounce pass right wing to Navarez. Down to the right corner for 3 for Latrell off the side of the iron. No good. Rebound on the right block by Acosta. Gives it back to the right side. Circle and a 3 fired up and good for Navarez. He's got 13 points, 3 trays, and 5 trays for Las Cruces. Hobbs by 2. 45-43. Here comes Beatty to slow it up in the front court. He's waiting for some screens, gets one from Pena, top of the circle, drives the lane, runs over his defender, but they're going to say he moved into the block foul there. That was a nice play defensively to try to get a charge by Jaden Brisby. Thought he might have his feet set there on the left side of the paint, but they called the foul on him. More importantly, that's his 4th personal. 15th foul puts the Eagles in the double bonus the rest of this contest. Lots of time remaining, too, at 5:27. Braddock Beatty on the line. He is 1 for 4. And wow, that ball bouncing around the rim and comes out again. Having some issues on the free throw line. He'll get 1 more, though, to try to extend the lead to 3. Into the contest for Las Cruces, Zayden Clark. He's got 4 fouls. He's got to be careful. And Beatty misses both of them off the back of the rim. Pulled down underneath by Jaden Brisby, who's got 11 rebounds tonight. 45-43. Off to Navarez at the timeline, far left. Bounce pass to the right wing to Brisby. Jaden to the right corner to Zayden Clark. Kicks it to the right elbow on the pivot by Acosta. Back to the right wing to Clark for 3 out the back of the rim. Turbiatis pulls it down in the left block, his 8th board. Gives out to Pena on the far right side with 5 minutes remaining. He'll take his time on the dribbles. He takes on Brisby in the front court, Joseph Brisby. Screen up top from Henderson. Drives to the left wing. Underhands it to Soria on the left corner. And we got a step out on the sideline. Soria didn't notice how close he was to the sideline. Steps out. That'll be the Eagles' 16th turnover. 45-43, Hobbs by 2. And the inbound coming into Joseph Brisby. Throws it back deep to Navarez and again to Brisby on the far left. Still in the backcourt. Turbiatis will pick him up at the time stripe in front of the scorer's table. Gets a screen from Jaden Brisby. Navarez on the far left now. He's not going to use the screen. Coming out on him is Beatty to the time stripe. Back it in. Spin move to the left wing. Waits for that screen from Jaden Brisby. Fires a 3 from NBA. Off the back of the rim, no good. Big rebound for Pena on the right block. His 6th. Boy, they're firing up those threes and not making the last couple shots. Pena in the front court. Oh, they got a bad screen by Henderson. He completely forearms the Brisby kid to the floor. Joseph got his head taken off that time on that far right sideline. Off ball. And that'll be against Henderson. He looked back to his bench, but no way can the ref not call that one. Second on Henderson. 15th foul. And that will also be the 17th turnover. So both teams in the double bonus the rest of this ball game. That was an offensive screen foul, so no shots on that one. Navarez with the basketball in the backcourt. Beatty's going to stay with him near the time stripe. 45-43 Hobbs, 4:15 remaining. Gets a screen up top from Jaden Brisby. And he got maybe a screen foul here. Wait a second. Or is that a 5-second violation? No, they're going to call the screen foul. If that's Brisby, he might have just fouled out. We got 5. They just called 5. The scoreboard is now going 5. That is a critical screen foul call by the official at half court. I'm not even sure Brisbane knew what the call was there. He is going to lead the game with 8 points and 11 rebounds, a deadly factor for Coach Benjamin in Las Cruces High. Now, this kid is just a freshman, so he's got 3 more years on this squad, which will be a major force for him in the next couple of seasons, but that is a major loss of him stepping out now. Coming in for him on the sub, and Coach Benjamin taking some time. He's going to return Vaughn Romney, 4 points and 7 boards for him. But when you give up 11 glass rebounds for Jaden Brisbane, now has to sit on the bench with 4:10 remaining here in the fourth. That could be the big turnaround in this contest for Hobbs. Officials are still talking about something here. Hobbs basketball. Las Cruces is going to stick with a half-court D now. At the time stripe will be Zayden Clark. He's dealing with 4 fouls. Beatty will take him on one-on-one, going through his legs and bobble the ball. He's got to be careful about the circus act here. He needs to just take a quick pass across the timeline. Gives it off to Clay on the right wing. Back to Beatty, top of the circle. Screen from Henderson. Drives to the left baseline. Pivots, looking for help. Hand off to Pena. Spins to the left block. Tries a shot. He's stripped from behind. They call the foul. I don't know if he got the shot on that one. He did get up in the air, so I guess they might give him a shot opportunity here. They will call the foul on Acosta, his third. He got a triple team on that left block. 6-team foul against Las Cruces as Pena will step up to the stripe. He is perfect, 6 for 6 from the line and leads both teams with 12 points. Also 6 rebounds. Good trend for Pena too, but starting to rebound a lot the last few weeks of the season, but misses the free throw there. Came into the game as an 82% free throw shooter. Definitely like to get this one to make it a 3-point lead. Second shot is up and swish. 13 now for Pena. 46-43, Eagles by 3. 3:50 left in the regulation fourth quarter. Into the front court comes Joseph Brisby. His brother had just fallen out. Turbiatis will pick him up on D to the far left sideline. Gets a screen from Romney to the top of the arc. Flicks it back to the timeline to Navarez. Around the left circle off the dribble against Beatty. Gets away at the push-off. Stop and go dribble middle of the court. Wrap around pass left block. Little shot from left block into the hoop on the quick jumper. Putting it through is Romney on 6 points now. 46-45, Eagles by 1. Payne in the front court on the left sideline in front of the Taskovich band. Hippity hop move. 15-footer fadeaway left side, in and out, no good. Rebound in the middle of the paint, pulled down by Navarez, his 6th rebound. He'll jump into the front court, gives it off left corner, losing the ball as Clark got away with the travel, throws it into left elbow, gets it back from Romney. Back deep to Navarez on the far left sideline near the scorer's table with 3 minutes remaining. Screen on the line from Romney. Drives the right lane, throws up a shot, but they're going to say he stutter step first and a travel. That'll be a turn for Las Cruces. Navarez doing a little bit too much as a guard, trying to take on Henderson to the right block, and thought twice about going to the rack and then stutter step. That'll be the 11th Las Cruces turnover. That's only their 2nd turnover in the second half. The Eagles have had a total of 17 turnovers, 6 in the second half. Eagles by 1, 46-45, 2:50 remaining in the ball game. Clay in the front court, gives it off to Beatty left wing. He drives to the left block, backs it out to the corner. Gives to Beatty on the left corner. Double team against him, now picked up by Brisby. Back to Beatty on the left wing. Gets a screen from Henderson. NBA 3 gone, and off the back of the rim, goes over the back of the backboard, out of bounds. Not quite sure Eagles want those far distance three-pointers with no rebounders underneath. They're paying the price on that one. Las Cruces basketball. Clock stop with 2:33 left, fourth quarter, Hobbs by 1. And Soria's going to return for Beatty. I think that might have been about shot selection there as Coach Ross wants to talk to him. Hobbs by 1, 46-45, 2:33 left. Eagles have 2 in the backcourt to play some D as the ball's inbounded to Navarez. He'll take on Pena now one-on-one through the Hobbs Eagle logo middle of the court. Coming to get a screen is Joseph Brisby. Navarro going to turn down the left baseline and try to go up with a shot off his knee out of bounds. And Coach Benjamin yelling at the far left official, throwing his arms at him. And there's a tech on William Benjamin. Now he's back out of the court, screaming at the official. He has been ejected. Coach Benjamin lost his head, is out of the ball game, came running back on the court after a first tee. Now he's running to the middle of the court. He's running across the whole court. Never seen a coach run off the game. He is screaming as he leaves the court. And now the assistant coach is trying to get the team rehuddled here. Wow. He got a fuse lit on that one. I've never seen a coach after an ejection sprint across the court from one baseline to the other. That was a turnover for Las Cruces, the 12th of the ball game, a critical miss off the knee on the left base. And that will be the 7th team foul on top of that. Wow. tell you how critical this game is to him, trying to get the win on the road at number 2, Hobbs. Cruces comes in at number 15. You got to keep your head. You get a tech, take it, and you get off the sideline there, or the baseline in this case. But now 2 free throws. Hobbs could take a 3-point lead and the basketball. That could have been the biggest juggernaut for Las Cruces, the nail in the coffin. But the Eagles got to convert some techs here and get the ball and try to get a score. Can't be happy with the 1-point lead at this point. What a turn of events here late in the ball game. Payton now on the line. He is 7 of 8 for the charity stripe, leads both teams with 13 and makes the first free throw. 14 now for Pena. One more shot with a 2-point lead. It's up and it is good. He's made his last 3 free throws here in the fourth quarter. 3 of 4 from the line in this finale. That was also a double bonus too, so he gets up another free throw. After that foul was a double bonus, or it still was. He makes that free throw. And the next one is good. 4 for 4 in a row here. He is 5 of 6 in the fourth quarter. And now it is a total of 17 for Abraham Pena. Wow. 5-point lead for the Eagles. Basketball as well at half court. And Las Cruces fans are shaking their heads in this one. Inbound to Pena, driving the left baseline, goes to the hoop, gets blocked off the back of the rim. Navarez pulls it down. That's his 7th rebound. Into the front court right wing. Throws it up top, gets it back from Brisby to the right side. Taking on Turbiatis. Throws up a 3 off the back of the iron. It goes high in the air, pulled down by Henderson. That's his 8th rebound. Gives it back deep to Clay at the baseline. He'll bring it up court. 1:55 remaining. Eagles by 5. Comes across the timeline. To the left wing, and a timeout for Coach Ross. Going to try to get his Eagles into an offense and try to possibly run a little clock here, but you want to go to the hoop as well to try to get some more free throws. Double bonus the rest of the game. And get some crashes on the glass as well. Boy, after all that excitement with the tech, double tech, ejection, Coach Benjamin running across base to base, screaming as he left the game. And a Hobbs Eagle 5-point lead. Excitement continues in the first round of the playoffs. Like to thank our sponsors of Hobbs Eagle Playoff Hoops on the radio and the internet. Bel Air Bowl, United Realty, Elite Real Estate, NMAA Pipeline, Thrift Ray and Latina Groceries, SunGuard Precision, Rent-A-Center, the Eunice Pump and Supply, New Mexico Junior College, Lasco Construction, DNC Electric, Hydrotech Services, The Coffee Shop, IPS, XL Energy, Lico, Outlaw Grill, Hobbs Rental, and Albertsons Market. Thanks to our sponsors of Hobbs Eagle Hoops on the radio and the internet for the playoffs and the regular season. We had a final up from Albuquerque. Unfortunately, Lovington came back hard, but lost a hard one to Valley, 52-48. What a great game for Lovington to come back in that one and try to pick off the better seed Valley, who was ranked about 2nd through 4th for much of the season. Eagles even played them at the APS Metro tournament. But Lovington ends up their season on the road. We'll try to get you an update on the Eunice game. That's another one that Lee County team's involved in. Jal with an upset win earlier today, defeating McCurdy. They head to the quarterfinals. Eagle basketball near midcourt, inbound to Clay at the timeline. He's going to go one-on-one against Julian Navarez. He comes around the right circle, continues to the lane, but I think they got the foul on the hold on the drive. It'll be a 2-shot foul regardless. Yeah, they got the defender on that one. It got beat hard to the rack. Navarez, his first 18th foul, which doesn't matter really. 5 is the double bonus, and that'll put Clay on the line. Josiah Clay is 0 for 3, though. He definitely wants to improve on those numbers. And he'll try to extend the 5-point lead at this point, 50-45. Taking a couple of dribbles here. First shot is up, and it is good for Clay. Josiah now with 5 points. Las Cruces, going to say Lewis and Clark. Las Cruces checking in, Zayden Clark on the court. Eagles looking ahead to that quarterfinal coming up on Wednesday. It's either Cleveland or Atrisco Heritage. Trying to get you a final on that one here momentarily. Second shot for Clay to extend the lead is up and good. He swished both of them. Clay now with 6 points. 52-45, Eagles by 7, 1:49 remaining here in the fourth. Ball in the hands of Navarez. Throws it across the timeline, right wing to the trail. Gets it back to Navarez right side. Spin move at the screen from Romney. Drives the left elbow. Scoop pass over the left wing to Clark. Back to the timeline to Navarez left side. Screen again from Romney. Top of the arc, three is on the way. Bouncing off the rim, no good. Another big rebound for Henderson is Knight. Outlet to Payne on the far left sideline. He's going to drive to the base. Turns up a double clutch and is ripped from behind. Knocked to the floor hard. Boy, Payne has hit the hardwood lots of times in this game. He came out firing like he was going to get into a fisticuffs there, but a good hug move there by Henderson to pull him back a little bit. And now we're going to wait. Maybe it wasn't a foul. Looks like Las Cruces is trying to throw the thumbs up for a jump. Nope, we got the foul. The official going to get that one. Clock stopped with 1:24 left here in the fourth. That'll put Pena on the line. Acosta gets the foul. That's his fourth, I believe. Yes, it is. And that will be still a double bonus for the Eagles. The board says 4. He's left the game with the buzzer with 5, though. So we'll have to wait and see. He left the game, so he thought he was out. I have him down for 4, and that's what the scoreboard has right now. So maybe he didn't foul out. We'll have to wait and see on that one. So they're checking the table at that as we speak. Congratulations to Hobbs Lady Eagles with their big victory last night. They're going to be in the quarterfinals against Clovis, who won against Volcano Vista last night in Clovis. First free throw good for Pena. So Pena will get one more here. He has made 6 in a row in the fourth and make it 7. That one bouncing around just a bit. He's got 19 to lead both teams. 54-45, Hobbs by 9. 1:20 left in the game. In the front court, Navarra. Stop and go, top of the arc. Sends it left wing. 3 on the way. Nope, pulling it down. Latrell at the last second. Over to Navarra's far left. Screen from Romney. Shot from the right wing. Trying to block his Pena. He had a good block on the ball, but he came down with the tomahawk and got the foul on the second effort there. That'll be on him, which will be his 4th personal. Stops the clock with 1:10 remaining, and that should be a 3-shot foul here for Navarras. He has hit 3 trays so far and perfect on the line, 4 for 4. He has 13 points, the leader for Las Cruces High. Taking a deep breath. They have not missed a free throw in this ball game. 10 for 10 and make it, oh, it comes off both back in front of rim and out as I say that. Glad I brought that up at the last second there. A little voodoo action there. 13 still for Navarras. He'll get one more. The only miss of the game for this team. They had 6 free throw shooters, most of them just getting 2 free throws apiece, but Navarras is now 4 of 5 from the line after that miss, and he misses the second one as well. Might be getting a little bit of exhaustion. He comes up the court almost every play as a point guard, gets a pass and gets it back and sets up the offense, so moving around the court quite a bit. Boy, they're going to have 3 subs coming in for Las Cruces. They might have put up the white flag here. Well, actually, some guys have already played, so maybe not quite yet the white flag. Ezequiel Acosta, Julian Navarras return. They already bounced the ball to the shooter there. The ref had to go back and chase it as they had the subs coming in. Still a 9-point Eagle lead on the line for one more out of the 3 shots. Navarras 0 for 2 at this point here in the fourth and makes it the third of the 3, now with 14. It'll be Eagles basketball on the baseline, up by 8 with 1:10 left. Soria's on the court. Pena, Clay, Turbiatis, and Henderson. Not the prettiest of games for the Eagles, but they're going to probably get the win here. Inbound to Pena, left corner. Back to Soria, right corner. Dribbles middle of the court. Gives it off to Pena, still in the back court. Cross court right to Turbiatis, front side. Hands out to Soria. Gets ripped from behind. Boy, a violent foul there. Soria was starting to go to the hoop and coming from behind with a rip. They'll call that foul on Ezequiel Acosta. That should be his 5th finally. We thought he was going to be out there a few seconds ago. They kept him on the court. But that'll be his 5th there. They're going to call that an intentional 2, which will be a 2-shot clear the lane foul. Now they put 4 back up there. So Acosta, I thought, fouled out. That's what we had the discussion about before, but they're going to keep him on the court again. First free throw for Soria off the back of the iron. Nobody in the lane. He's by himself there because of the intentional. So he'll get one more. Soria has had a lot of free throws tonight. He is 5 of 8, makes that one there, 6 of 9, and has 8 points. He'll get, that's his 2nd free throw, and that'll be Hobbs basketball. Off their intentional foul, you do get the ball back. Hobbs up by 9 once again with 1:02 remaining. So Eagles going to run their record of 3-0 over this Las Cruces squad this year. Of course, they played Roswell 3 times. They got a 3-1 against them. Inbound to Pena, right corner, a bounce pass. He gets pushed out of bounds. And I'm waiting to see the official blew the whistle, but didn't point or didn't call the foul. 2 defenders knocked him down, it looked like. Maybe his momentum took him out. And they might have said it went off a Las Cruces player, but still no signal by the official. It'll be Hobbs basketball, deep right corner of their front court. Soria will inbound. with 59.8 remaining. He throws a deep one down to Henderson, right block, gives it back to Soria, right wing with 55 remaining. Dribbles to the timeline, gives it to Clay, double team against him. To Soria, right wing, fakes a three. One hands it to Henderson, right base. To Clay in the lane, tries to scoop, and he gets pulled from behind, count the basket, and the foul as he extended to the hole on the right side of the rim. Foul going to be on Julian Cifuentes, his first. And a three-point play opportunity for Clay. Clay now with 8 points. He'll get his free throw here for an and one. He is 2 for 5 from the charity stripe and has 8 points. An 11-point Eagle lead. Finally back up the double digits, as big as 15 in the second quarter for Hobbs. First free throw off the front of the rim for Clay. And it's going to be a quick rebound into the front court. Navarez fires up a three from the left side and nails the tray. Timeout quickly for Las Cruces. He's had 2 trays here in the fourth quarter, 17 points and 4 trays overall for his Bulldogs. So a big one there to get it down to 8, but still a little bit of a cushion for the Eagles. They're going to have to break a press here momentarily. 57-49, Hobbs by 8 over Las Cruces, back at 60 on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Your Hobbs Eagles lead by 8 here in the playoffs. First round at Tasker, 57-49. They're going to have to beat a Presso after a three-pointer by Las Cruces. The inbound to Turbiantes on the far right side. It's ricocheted off Turbiantes. 3 defenders over there for Las Cruces, and it will be Cruces basketball in their front court. So a good timeout for them. That'll be the Eagles' 18th turnover, and that's something they're going to have to clean up if they make it to the quarters next week. Right now it looks pretty good with an 8-point lead and 41 seconds remaining. And if you were just joining us now, Coach of the Las Cruces Bulldogs was ejected from this ball game with a couple of techs here in the fourth quarter, about 4 minutes remaining. So they're at their assistant coaching staff right now. Inbound to the left wing, and Navarro's going to shoot from 3 on the left corner off the back of the rim. Soria has to save it, hits the back of the backboard. It will be Las Cruces basketball, as you can't save it off the backboard. Wait a second. Oh, boy, it looked like Soria was going to take the inbound, but it was going to be Las Cruces' ball. The referee finally gets that sorted out. You can imagine what the Bulldogs fans would have been doing on that one. Inbound left corner, or right corner make that. Looking for 3 was Clark, decided not to take it, and they're going to call the foul as he dribbled up to the right side wing and tried to fire up anyway and gets fouled. And Soria came crashing down on him. I think that's going to be his 5th personal. So Clay, or no, that was a Clay, not Soria. So Clay has got his 5th. And he'll be fouling out of the ball game. Has 8 points for the contest on the free throw line, quite a bit in this one as well. He was 2 of 6 from the line, had a rebound too. So Clay will exit this game. Coach Ross is signaling him to come off. Clay stopped for a second, like maybe he's supposed to stay in the game, and they do take him out. As it looks like returning will be Braddock Beatty. On the line will be Zayden Clark, who should be getting 3 free throws on this one, makes his first. That's his first free throw of the ball game. Clark, 1 of 2 in the 2 previous games from the line. The first one tonight made here, 6 points for Clark. Second shot ramming around the rim and going through. He's got 7 now. And he's been in foul trouble for most of the game, but has survived. Vaughn Romney, another one with 4 fouls. Acosta and Jaden Brisby both fouled out of the game. Eagles have just had their first foul out with Josiah Clay. Now the final free throw for Clark. All of his points on free throws here in the fourth quarter. He goes 3 for 3, 8 points for him. 57-52, still a close game. 5-point lead for Hobbs, 32.5. And of course, Las Cruces just caused a turnover on the previous full court press. Beatty will inbound from the base, and we got a foul out ball, a hold. I think Pena's going to start jogging to the other end as he was held. I think they got the Brisbee kid on this foul. Joseph Brisbee has picked up his third personal, 11th team foul. So that'll be 2 free throws on the double bonus. You got to remember, too, Brisbee is just a sophomore. His brother who fouled out, Jaden Brisbee, a freshman. So they got some good talent coming back for Las Cruces. They went 16-12 up to this game, 8-2 in district. Of course, Eagles beat them in the first game here at the Tasker Arena for the holiday tournament, 74-35 by 39 in that one, Mercy Roll, and then 30 on the road in Las Cruces, 59-29. First free throw for Pena, up and good. Continues to rack up the free throws in this fourth quarter. He's got 8 free throws in this fourth quarter, 8 for 9 from the charity stripe, and has 10 points in the fourth, 20 overall now on that made free throw. Continues to stroke them through, and guaranteed, you know, a guy with an 82% free throw shooting on the season is definitely going to continue to do it for the big games as well. Nails the second as well, 59-52, Hobbs by 7, 32.5 remaining. Running up the sideline or baseline on the right. And getting the ball back after throwing it in. Navarez fires up a 3 on the right wing corner, no good. Rebound by Romney, sends it to the left corner. 3 on the way from that side for Clark, in and out, no good. Tipped up over the front of the rim by Romney. He's got 8 points and 9 rebounds. Hobbs by 5, 17 seconds. Long ball down to Beatty, lays it in on the right side, puts it through for his 5th point. Eagles by 7. Front court, Navarez fires a 3, top of the arc off the front of the rim. He gets knocked to the floor as he tries to rebound on the free throw line. Rebound by Soria, flat on his back. Doesn't head to Turbiatis with a tomahawk jam over the front of the rim, and that is the ball game. Boy, Navarez still flat on his back as he tried to run for a rebound and got pummeled to the court. That will do it here from Hobbs as the Eagles win here at Tasker Arena, 63-54. Third time over Las Cruces in the first round of the playoffs. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back live with more Hobbs Eagle post-game show action live on Cool 95.7's Facebook page, HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube, and on the radio at 100.5 The Eagle. Your Hobbs Eagles are victorious here at Task Arena tonight, first round of the state playoffs, as they get the victory over Las Cruces 63-54. The closest of the 3 games this season against these 2 squads. And, of course, the Eagles winning by 30 points the last time they played. That game was at Las Cruces and won by 39 at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament back in December. So this is just a 9-point game in favor of the Hobbs Eagles. So pretty big game in the first half for Hobbs, up by as many as 15 in the second quarter. But Las Cruces came screeching back as they got the game down to single digits in the third and kept it close throughout the rest of the ball game. About 4 minutes left in the fourth. Head coach Benjamin for Las Cruces was ejected after a second tech, right back-to-back on the same play, and he left the court running across from one baseline to the other. And after that, that was a double bonus, first of all. Then also 2 techs on, actually double tech, so he got the 4 free throws for the Hobbs Eagles on that one. And then they definitely took it in the driver's seat after that. So lots of activity in this game, a very close one. Seemed like the Eagles are going to be in major control of this game at the beginning, 17-6, up by 11 at the end of one. But then coming back, Las Cruces got 17 in the second quarter, 13 for Hobbs, and it was just a 7-point lead at the half, 30-23. And again, as I mentioned, that 15-point lead dwindled to single digits for much of the rest of that ball game after about midway through the third quarter. Well, let's look at the scoring first of all for Las Cruces. They finished with 8 scores in the books, only one in double figures, and that was 17 from Bird Navarez. He finished up with 4 trays in the contest, had lots of free throw opportunities as well. He went 5 of 7 from the charity stripe, so he did a lot of his scoring for this Las Cruces team, 17 out of that total 54 points in the game. A couple of, actually 3 guys getting 8 points apiece. Zayden Clark, he was kind of damaged with foul trouble for most of this ball game, but stayed in it till the end. He had 1 tray and went 3 for 3 from the line on 1 rebound. It was Jaden Brisby who fouled out in the fourth quarter. He was the freshman kid that's going to be a major future for this Cruces squad. 8 points for him, 2 for 2 on the line, and had 11 rebounds. So 1 bucket away for a double-double for Jaden Brisby in the contest. Vaughn Romney with 8 points as well. He had 9 rebounds. He was getting close to a double-double in the contest, and he finished with 4 fouls as well. So lots of Las Cruces kids had to watch themselves on the court throughout this one. Joseph Brisby, the brother of Jaden, stayed in the game. He had 5 points, a tray, 2 for 2 free throw shooting, and 3 rebounds. Ezekiel Acosta with 4 points, perfect on the line, 2 for 2 with 2 boards. It was Prince Lopez hitting both of his free throws for 2 points, and both 2 for 2 for free throws for Julian Navarez as well for 2 points in the game. Almost stellar free throw shooting. They were 10 of 10 at halftime and kept those numbers 100% till late as Bird Navarez missed the only 2 for the team, but 19 of 21 as a squad for 90%. So free throws definitely a plus for Las Cruces in this ball game. And by the way, both teams getting 35 rebounds in the game, so a dead heat on that one. The leader was Jaden Brisby for Las Cruces. He finished with 11. 9 for Vaughn Romney, and 8 for Bird Navarez, the 3 leaders on the glass. 12 turnovers for Las Cruces. That was 6 less than the Hobbs Eagles. The trend this season has been the Eagles with less turnovers than their opponents. In fact, with the 2 teams prior to this game, Hobbs had only 15 total turnovers in games 1 and 2, 36 for Las Cruces. So the trend changed in this ball game for the favor of Las Cruces, although the scoreboard still went for the Eagles to get a 3-0 record. 3-point shots, again, the most coming from Navarez. He had 4 in the game, also getting 1 apiece, Zayden Clark and Joseph Brisby. So total of 6 trays in the contest for Las Cruces High in the loss. And for your Hobbs Eagles, lots of guys getting the books. They had 7 scores in the game. Of course, Abraham Pena lighting it up, especially from the free throw line. Let's get that out. 21 total in the game. And from the charity stripe, unbelievable numbers for this kid. Definitely keeps the team on his back late in the game. 15 of 16 in the contest at the free throw stripe. And he finished up with 8 free throws out of 9 in the fourth quarter for the big scoring there. And in fact, if you look at his numbers in this game, he only had 3 buckets in the contest. No trays. The rest, 15 points coming on free throws. So big game for Abraham Pena to lead the Eagles. Also in double digits, Jairus Turbiatis getting close to a double-double in this game tonight. He had free throw opportunities. This went 1 of 4, though, which a couple more free throws would have put him at a double-double. Actually, no, he already had the 10 points. He needed a couple more rebounds, I should say, to make 10 on that part of the statistics. So a good game, 10 points, 8 rebounds for Jairus. A couple guys getting close to double digits. In fact, 3 of them at 8 points apiece. Parker Henderson, he had 8, 2 for 3 free throw shooting, and 9 rebounds, so he was getting close to a double-double. Lyric Soria, the starting sophomore guard, finished with 8 points. He had, let's see, 4 of 7 from the charity stripe. Let me correct that there. He, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 9. He was 6 of 9 from the line in this ball game and had 3 rebounds to his name. Josiah Clay with 8 points, although he did foul out in the fourth quarter. He finished on the free throw stripe tonight. Make that 2 of 6 from the line for 33% and 1 rebound. Amron Wheeler coming off the bench for a tray and 3 points. Braddock Beatty with 5 points. He had 6 rebounds and finished 1 of 6 from the charity stripe. So the line wasn't helping him too much tonight, but definitely a factor in terms of defense and those rebounds. We mentioned 6 for him in the ball game. That's the scoring for the Eagles. We mentioned they tied up with the rebounds on Las Cruces with 35 apiece. Jairus Turbiantes, one of the leaders with 8 boards. Actually, Parker Henderson led with 9 total, so 8 for Turbiantes, 1 behind. 6 for Braddock Beatty and 6 for Abraham Pena. So all those guys contributing on the glass for the Eagles. Hobbs again had a few more turnovers, 18 versus 12 for Las Cruces. Hobbs on the line tonight, 27 of 44, 61% from the charity stripe. So they shot, looks like 23 more free throw attempts for their squad versus Las Cruces in this one. So Hobbs getting 27 points from the line tonight. Not a lot of three-point shots going down for Hobbs in this game. Didn't take a lot either. Of course, Jairus Turbiantes hit one as one of the big men for the Eagles, and I don't think there was much more than that in this game. There was one other three-pointer. I'm trying to remember who did that one, and looking at my stats really quickly, I'm not seeing it. So I know Jairus had the one. Oh, Amron Wheeler was the other one for Hobbs. So kind of a slow night on the three-point shots, but again, Hobbs definitely doing a lot of other stuff to get the win in this ball game, 63-54 the final. We're going to take a 60-second break and wrap it up here from Task Arena. Again, the Eagles winning by 9 over Las Cruces to go to the quarterfinals next week. We'll talk about that here in just a minute as you're listening live to the Hobbs Eagle postgame show on the radio tonight, 100.5 The Eagle, also on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, the YouTube Hobbs Sports page, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Welcome back to the Hobbs Eagle postgame show. Victorious Eagles tonight, first round of the playoffs, 63-54. And they will head to the quarterfinals coming up on Wednesday next week at the Pit in Albuquerque. We got a final score in from the other game in the first round. That'll be Cleveland's win over Trisco Heritage, 91-75. So Hobbs will play Cleveland. I believe that's a 1:15 start on that game from the Pit. Of course, we'll have that live on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com and YouTube, the Cool 95.7 Facebook page, and, of course, on the radio at Cool 95.7. Two previous games that the Eagles played with Cleveland. They won the first game here at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament 58-53. So the first win against the Cleveland squad. Back in that game, the leading scorer was Peyton Hodge, of course, no longer with the team. 17 points for him. 13 for Jairus Turbiatis, had 4 rebounds, was 3 for 3 on the line, and Josiah Clay with 12 points in that contest. So the Eagles showing 3 double-figure scores in that game, shot 73% from the line, and finished up in terms of 73, 14-19 from the line. Did have 15 turnovers, though, which wasn't the best, but led early in that game, 15-6. So definitely coasted on to a win there. Going in the game for this Cleveland squad, the biggest scorer for them was Cannon Cole. He finished up with 28 points in that game, but nobody else in double figures for Cleveland in that loss to Hobbs. Again, 58-53. Eagles out-rebounded them 29-28 just by one. They caused 15 turnovers for Cleveland, both teams with 15 in that game. But the big difference for Cleveland, at least staying in the contest, they had 9 3-pointers converted in that ball game, just 2 for Hobbs. But still, Eagles pull out a 5-point victory in that first game here at Tasker. Second game was on the road. Hobbs had to take on Cleveland. They had already played the APS Metro Tournament. They had a game against Los Lunas on a Friday night. They went back over to Rio Rancho to play Cleveland. So I think Hobbs a little bit tired in that game. They lost by 9, 84-75. Eagles saw 3 in double digits, actually 4, I should say. Jairus Turbiatis had a double-double in that game, 20 points and 10 rebounds. Parker Henderson a double-double, 19 points and 10 boards. And also Abraham Payne with 12 points. He had a tray, and Peyton Hodge had 10. So 4 in double figures. Eagles did not get a lot of free throws in that second game, only 4 for 5 for 80%. Still had some issues with turnovers, 18 in the contest. They hit 5 3-pointers, out-rebounded Cleveland, which was the difference for them, 31-22. Still lost the game, even with 4 in double digits, so that was kind of a head-scratcher. But if you look at the main difference for Cleveland, it was Remy Albrecht. Definitely a real good guard, a junior. He had 46 points in that game, 13 of 14 from the line, and 5 3-pointers. So if you want to put it in a nutshell, there's going to have to be some D against Albrecht, and he'll be playing at the Pit, so a little bit down the road from Rio Rancho. But, again, 46 points in that game. Definitely a force in the contest against the Eagles on his home court. We should mention, too, Remy didn't really have actually, I gave you a wrong name on that first game. Remy Albrecht was his top scorer here in Hobbs, too, 28 points. I was looking at the wrong numbers before. So he had 28 here at Hobbs and then 46 over there in Rio Rancho at Cleveland. So sorry about those misspoken on that first one. But he was the only guy besides A.J. Vigil with 12 that had double digits against Hobbs, even though they did get the win over the Eagles. Again, final was 84-75 in Rio Rancho. Cleveland shot 26 free throws in that game. Again, we mentioned only 9 for make that 5 for Hobbs with the 80% total for Cleveland. So they're definitely a force. Remy Albrecht will be the guy Hobbs will be looking at very closely, getting ready for him. Again, that game will be on Wednesday at the Pit in Albuquerque. Of course, the Eagles coming in with the 25-4 record. That will be their 30th game of the season. So definitely one they did not want to bow out on. There have been several times Eagles had a quarterfinal matchup there at the Pit and had some issues there. But this is one where they're the second-ranked team in the state and definitely want to show something there to those guys up north. That game will be, it looks like, let me see what the time on that one was. It looks like 4:45. I was a little bit off on the time on that one. So it will be 4:45 coming up on Wednesday. That'll be at the Pit. So we'll have the pregame around 4:30 on that one, depending on when the prior game to that finishes up. So that's the matchup, Hobbs versus Cleveland. Cleveland, the number 7 seed, and your Hobbs Eagles at number 2. Other games tonight, we had, unfortunately, Lovington lost on the road to Valley to finish up their season. Eunice lost at the one of the academy schools there in Legacy Academy in Albuquerque. They were another road trip for the Cardinals, so those two teams are out, unfortunately, for the boys' side of the Lee County squads. Jal did get a win over McCurdy, a 1-point victory, an upset there up in Espanola. So that means Jal will be moving on to their playoff game coming up in the quarterfinals. Let me see if I can pull that up really quickly. I don't know if I have that on my chart or not. No, I think I left that off. But anyway, they do have a game on Wednesday for their quarterfinal matchup. So that should be a good one for the Panthers. On the girls' side, of course, the Hobbs Lady Eagles, and that squad with the big win last night, over 100 points scored, 25 three-pointers, which is a state record. Lots of good stuff going on for the Lady Eagles. They will play Clovis from their district. Of course, they beat them twice big time in the regular season, and then also a tournament win as well. So Hobbs will get that quarterfinal matchup. I think that is the one that will be at 1:15 on Tuesday. They'll start a day earlier than the boys at the Pit, and we'll have that game as well, coverage from Nomark Broadcasting with internet and radio too. So lots of good Lee County teams still left. We should mention the Tatum Lady Coyotes will be in, the Eunice Lady Cardinals too. We'll start on Tuesday. We'll have coverage of all those games as well. So a couple of teams left, 2 on the boys' side and 3 for the girls for Lee County teams, as your Hobbs Eagles going to be punching their ticket to the quarterfinals, winning tonight 63-54 over Las Cruces High. I'd like to thank Jessica Friend on scoreboard, Allison Friend also on camera, Manuel back at the station, Evie and Tiffany Stuber as well, keeping us updated on all the scoring tonight. Thanks for joining in with us here in the first round of the playoffs at Task Arena as your Hobbs Eagles with a big W heading to the Pit in Albuquerque. Girls on Tuesday, boys on Wednesday. Have a great weekend out there, and go Eagles.
You're clear.
Thanks a lot, guys.
You're welcome.